sequel to last night's thriller with a regional title on the line. 16 seed West Virginia is trying to live for another day as the Mountaineers match up with the Kentucky Wildcats. These border rivals have turned into the Hatfields and McCoys on the diamond. They don't like each other. It'll be chippy, it'll be loud, and it'll be rowdy. And what we saw earlier today, well, Dawson Montessa has nicknamed the Monongahela now Dawson's Creek. He owns this entire town. 122 pitches. He went 7 1/3 and propelled West Virginia to the win over Wake Forest. Double-digit runs for West Virginia in the 10-5 victory, second time this regional. Welcome, everybody, to the regional final. Tom Hart alongside Jensen Lewis. This should be a lot of fun here tonight because, well, last night was a lot of fun.
If you liked a little bit of everything, you should have been in your seat from pitch number 1. That's kind of where everything unraveled for West Virginia. Their Big 12 pitcher of the year, Maxiell, unable to finish a full inning. He would leave due to an apparent arm injury. Behind early, no problem. Entered Gavin Kelly. Well, how about a rebuttal? The Kentucky offense taking advantage of some miscues. They would go up, and all of a sudden, West Virginia holding on, but this would leave it to an 8-6 ball game. Then all of a sudden, runners in scoring position, Luke Lawrence and company come on down, extending the lead. They would hold on to secure an 11-9 victory. Head coach Nick Mingione, all smiles, high fives, and handshakes, but my goodness gracious, traffic up and down the base pass last night.
Was it clean? No, you can't say it was clean. It was messier than a cafeteria food fight. We had 8 walks and 9 hit batters in that game last night. 322 pitches. It was longer than Gilligan's tour, 3 hours and 45 minutes, but the late night proved to be a winner for Kentucky, and they're trying to advance to the Supers as a 3 seed. And oh, by the way, the Mountaineers would have their ace back for tomorrow. More on that later. First pitch right around the corner. We had lunch with the fire marshal today. He said he's going home, and no reason to keep an eye on this. What will be an overflow crowd on this Sunday evening. Here's a look at the batting order for West Virginia. The Mountaineers knocked off Wake Forest 10-5 to start the day. 371 as a team with 3 doubles. And they took control of that game with a 6-run 6th inning. Question will be for both of these programs for tonight and perhaps tomorrow, who has the pitching depth and can get length out of their starters. And Ben Cleaver will get the ball to start for Kentucky. The left-hander is 10-6 with a 3.49 in his career. Last time out against Arkansas, he worked 4 1/3.
Led Kentucky in wins, innings pitched, strikeouts, ERA, preseason All-SEC second team. Pitch usage heavy on the fastball. You'll see curveball, a little cut slider, and change. And it's all about the start. Because yesterday, you weren't in from pitch number 1. It got sideways quite quickly for both sides.
Well, Cleaver pitched against West Virginia last year, and these two programs are now becoming postseason foes. He went 6 innings with 3 hits, a walk, and 5 Ks. It was in the Clemson Regional. Kentucky knocked out the home team, and then West Virginia scored a wild comeback with 6 runs in the 8th to win 13-12 and win the regional. Ready to go. Here's Hermani Guzman. And Cleaver's first pitch is upstairs, 1-0. A few weeks ago, and we got a hit batter already. Cleaver threw against Tennessee. That was his longest outing of 85 pitches. He only, Jensen, has 2 outings this year where he's thrown 80 pitches plus.
And it's going to be interesting to see early traffic already tonight. The hit by pitch, that was a theme for both sides. It was West Virginia unable to find the strike zone early in yesterday's ball game, and then Kentucky would return to favor both free passes and a little bit of dinging up the body armor on the Mountaineers side. But the revamped lineup from earlier today with Hermani Guzman bears fruit again with the leadoff hit by pitch.
And here's Gavin Kelly, 2 home runs in the loss to Kentucky last night. So what can we expect from Cleaver in terms of workload today?
Well, again, you're looking just First time through the lineup, you want to kind of read and react from where the swings are. Left-hander who's been actually just a tick better against righties than lefties, but a lot predicated on where will the fastball command be. It was the theme last night. Max Yale unable to get through that first inning because of the errant command. Nate Harris was actually efficient through the first two and then absolutely melted down beginning into the third.
Here's Gavin Kelly, still waiting, and now sees the first pitch. So what do you think Kentucky is expecting in terms of how deep Cleaver can go in this game?
Well, I think it's probably, if you get through the fifth, that's going to be huge, but the efficiency will be massive, especially the way that the adrenaline will certainly be pumping through the junior left-hander right from the get-go.
Kelly has 5 hits this regional, 2 doubles and 2 home runs. These two teams matching up in the postseason for the 5th time dating back to 2023. In the Lexington Regional, Kentucky blanked WVU in their only matchup. Last year in Clemson, West Virginia won 2 matchups, and earlier this week, just last night, Kentucky won 11-9. Guzman's got 33 bags on the year. They're trying to keep him close.
Let's see, a ton of velo from Cleaver, mid to high 80s.
When these teams have met in the postseason, there's been a lot of offense.
To say the least. Both sides being able to take advantage last 3 times they've met in the postseason. Yesterday, just another addition to this rivalry.
These teams also met in the offseason, played an exhibition game in the fall. And we were talking to both head coaches about any advantage that would provide for either program. And they both said, you listen, at that time, we're just worried about our own team. Sabins was telling us they didn't even keep notes on it. There was no video, there were no scouting reports. And he said, quite frankly, by the time we get to here, late May, last day of May, 2 totally different programs.
Just so much development from the fall and winter to where you are now and how guys are from start to finish.
Cleaver's thrown 6 pitches. Here's Steve Sabins, 11th season overall on this staff. 2nd year as a head coach. Cleaver's thrown 6 pitches. He's thrown over to first, what, 4 times?
Well, we know the speed element is part of Kentucky's game, no question about it. We saw it if you're just joining us now. The early game against Wake Forest, the change in the lineup did allow a little bit more of the run game to surface for West Virginia. Created some mistakes, induced a little chaos against Wake Forest's pitching staff, and trying to repeat that theme here early tonight.
And Kelly draws a walk, a hit batter and a walk, and West Virginia is in business in this opening inning.
Well, Gavin Kelly has been the marked man. You got to try and live at the superstar. Then Cleaver wanted nothing to do with him. Everything away, elevated, 1 good pitch to hit. Tries to come inside to gain some real estate. A little bit of a mistake there and nowhere close for ball 4. And already a visit to the mound from Cats pitching coach Dan Rozelle, just trying to calm down his left-handed junior. Always the thing stylistically here. It doesn't matter what kind of experience you have. You know it's a regional final. Kentucky, 1 win, and they find themselves into the super regional. Of course, West Virginia with the home crowd wanted to try and get them in early. Nick Mingione, both these head coaches have had an incredible amount of success when starting 1-0 in a regional. They have punched their ticket to the Supers. Every time that has been the case, one of those teams will find their first loss head-to-head.
Well, they share a background. They both played at Embry-Riddle. in Daytona Beach. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I don't think either guy has his pilot's license. To aboard for Paul Schoenfeld. Mountaineer fans happy to see Schoenfeld back in the lineup. In the 9th inning of the Wake Forest game, he fell awkwardly on his shoulder, and there was fear that it may have been a significant injury.
5-run lead. You and I were kind of talking. It's like, keep that ball in front of you. And here was the video of it. I appreciate the effort, but at that time, if it was a 1-run game, perhaps, but not up 5.
2-0. Guzman at second, Kelly at first. Early opportunity for the Mountaineers. 3-0. Given the situation, given where the building is, do you give them the green light?
I would.
And he takes his strike, 3-1.
All right, you can kind of sit the same way, though. Erratic fastball command early. Cleaver kind of trying to hold on for dear life right now.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Roselle, the pitching coach, asking where that one was. Well, it is eerily reminiscent of the start that West Virginia got from its ace, Max Yale, in the thriller last night, and there is early action for the Cats.
Ira Austin, the senior right-hander, one of the ace relievers, too, and already Nick Mingione having to alter, I'm sure, some pre-laid plans about his pitching staff.
Mountaineers trying to cash in, bases loaded, nobody out, Sean Smith. .322 hitter with 8 home runs, a senior from Moss Point, Mississippi, out of Pascagoula High School, is 3 for 11 in this regional. He's been hit by a pitch 4 times. This Mountaineer lineup has been walked or hit by a pitch 28 times this regional. They've been struck out 23 times. Guzman was hit, Kelly walked, and Schoenfeld walked.
Well, 2 changeups right there for Ben Cleaver to kind of get back into rhythm a little bit, and that has really slowed down the mechanics. You could tell he was rushing, did not have the release point on the fastball, but way ahead right now. Let's see if he goes back to it a 3rd time.
Changeup is his 4th used pitch. And he hit him. And it forces in a run, and the free passes continue for this West Virginia order. Here in the opening frame, 2 walks and 2 hit batters.
Well, that's as good a start as you could expect. Again, tried to come in with the fastball. And Sean Smith, thank you very much. More command issues. It's happened from the 1st inning last night, albeit on the West Virginia side. And now Nick Mingione watching on with a lot of angst.
A run without a ball put in play. And Matthew Gravlin swinging for the fences right off the bat, 0-1. Cleaver finally has the advantage. Senior from Centerville, Ohio, 6 home runs, 33 driven in. And Gravlin pops one up shallow left. Hanson moves over. Opportunity to tag for Kelly. The throw goes into 3rd, and West Virginia plates its 2nd run of the opening frame. Sac fly for Gravlin.
Came into that at bat, 500 average with the bases loaded. Knew exactly what his job was. At minimum, find one deep enough to the outfield to cash in a run. A quick 2 spot for the Mountaineers here in the top of the 1st.
Here's Matt Einish. And a breaking ball away to Einish. Lefties hitting 4 points higher against Cleaver than right-handers this season. And the OPS is a few ticks higher as well. And it really limits his repertoire when he's facing left-handers. They're hitting .286 against his cutter, .375 against his slider, .333 against his curveball. .2-0. And behind in the count, 3-0.
It's almost like we're watching or having deja vu. It was Max Yale who couldn't command the fastball at all yesterday, couldn't make it out of the first. And now Ben Cleaver suffering the same fate here tonight.
Four-pitch walk puts Einish on. How long can Kentucky stick with Cleaver?
I mean, this is disaster for the Wildcat faithful watching on. And Nick Mingione, he's going to at least stick with him here. But Ira Austin warming in a hurry in the Kentucky bullpen.
Here's Mingione. They wanted to leave it to Cleaver. Series may get canceled in the first. And he's going to the bullpen. 23 pitches for Ben Cleaver. Ira Austin, the fourth, who we just saw last night, was hurriedly getting loose. And West Virginia has flipped the script on Kentucky, just like the Cats did with Max Yale. They chase the Cat starter, and they do it with alacrity.
Unbelievable.
Not a comfortable discussion on the mound for anybody in Kentucky blue. 23 pitches for Cleaver. The only silver lining, you think if there's a game 7, he'll still have gas in the tank tomorrow. 2-0 Mountaineers, bases loaded, one out in the first. Huge opportunity for Brody Kresser in the first inning. Ira Austin, the fourth, out of the Kentucky bullpen. And the side armor misses low and away to Kresser, who's at the plate with the bases juiced after Ben Cleaver left the game having recorded just one out. Austin pitched yesterday. The senior from Metairie, Louisiana, faced 2 batters, struck out 1.
A lot of fastballs, sliders, and curves here. You see 24th appearance, ERA extremely elevated, but right now it's about trying to get an inning-ending double play.
Kresser is just 1 for 10 in this regional. And he lines one into center field. Schoenfeld scores. Smith stopped at third, almost ran through the stop sign. He won't even look it. RBI single, Brody Kresser.
And almost an entire flip of the script. It was a 4 spot for Kentucky in the first inning last night. We are to 3 right now for the Mountaineers, and a bullet through the middle of that shaded Kentucky infield. Still 1 out, and the bases remain loaded.
Here's Ben Lumsden. Kentucky team that built a 6-0 lead last night against West Virginia, then gave it away, and had to rally, pull off the win with 3 runs in the 8th. Lumsden, the senior from Simpsonville, South Carolina, 4 for 7 with a home run and a double here in this regional. One and one.
The bottom of the order for West Virginia has really picked it up the last couple of games, and this guy has been right in the middle of it. Some really clutch swings here in the last 2 days.
Backdoor breaking ball missed. This is a homegrown roster for head coach Steve Sabins. 6 players from West Virginia, 6 from Pennsylvania, 4 from Virginia. And this is yanked into the glove of Hudson Brown. Heads up play by Kresser to hurry back to the bag. That was a loud out.
I mean, just a laser beam, and it has been a struggle for Ira Austin against left-handed bats with runners in scoring position, a .375 average, and that nearly took off. Had Hudson Brown not been able to snare that, big second out for the Kentucky defense.
Now 9-hole hitter Tyrus Hall, we're still in the first, and he pulls it foul.
Oof. Good thing those cars hit the brakes.
He hit it to the Isuzu. 4 for 10 this weekend with 3 doubles.
Well, if last night was any indication, strap in. First inning, 4 runs, 2 more for Kentucky in the second, up 6, and you thought, oh, here we go. It was not to be had that easily.
Austin's got Sean Smith in his line of sight, dancing off of third. First 4 batters reached safely. 3 of them already scored. Smith was the 4th. He was hit by a pitch.
Get the feeling that that momentum carried over from scoring 10 this afternoon for West Virginia has already felt like a boon here in the first.
10 runs on 13 hits and a swing and a miss to get Kentucky off the field in his first inning. It's the highest scoring first inning in West Virginia's NCAA tournament history. It's a 3 spot for WVU. Well, Kentucky's got a hill to climb already. Down 3, but it could have been much, much worse. Let's look at the batting order for the Cats. 27 runs in the last 3 postseason games against the Mountaineers.
Well, this lineup will look for a rebuttal and a similar start to what they had in last night's game, putting up a 4 spot, 27 runs in the last 3 postseason games, opposed by the right-handed sophomore David Hagan out of Archbishop Moeller High School in Loveland, Ohio. 3 hitless, scoreless innings of relief in the win over Binghamton. And we'll see what kind of length Steve Sabins can get out of his righty. You get a lot of old number 1. And we'll see a little bit of a mix in with the curveball and the slider. But outstanding starting pitching in game 1 got West Virginia the opportunity to be here. What will the line of relief look like, and how long can Hagan go?
Here's Jace Tarnish. Oddly enough, I don't think either side really feels good about that top of the first.
No, I think West Virginia felt there was way more in the tank.
Tarnish pulls back and takes a strike. His base running provided the game-winning run in this regional opener. That was against Wake Forest on Friday afternoon. He finished 1 for 5 in that game against Wake. Stole second, stole third, scrambled home on a wild pitch. Was 2 for 4 against West Virginia. Last night, the Kentucky offense pounded out 11 runs on 12 hits. And a hot shot flagged down by Einish. It's short. And the speed forces an errant throw as Tarnish beats it out.
Now, Einish, you had 2 choices here. You try and get it in the air, and most guys these days try and use a carpet. for an easier feed for Kresser to try and handle. This is hit pretty hard, and the short hop just not able to be corralled there, but the speed of Tarnish certainly influenced the speed of trying to get that throw across.
Error charge to Einish. It's his 6th of the season, 2nd of the day. Kresser holds on Tarnish, and Tyler Bell, sophomore from Frankfort, Illinois, is at the plate. He's a draft eligible sophomore. And he looks at a strike. Tarnish 31 of 33.
Much in the way Gavin Kelly is the motor for the Mountaineers. Same holds true here for Tyler Bell in Kentucky.
First team All-SEC shortstop. He wasn't going. He jumped off to a huge secondary lead, but returns.
Be a theme here for not only the speed of Tarnish, but Bell incredibly disciplined at the plate. He will not chase out of the zone.
Not going again, and a hot shot to third. Wide throw, and nothing else happening. Sloppiness continues. It's like a kindergarten art class. Somebody's spilling glue all over the floor.
We're gonna have to put some of these guys in timeout the way it's going. I mean, there is enough time. This ball is scalded to third, and Tyrus Hall has plenty of time. Just get up, kind of set your feet, and at least be sure of one. Oh, another self-inflicted wound where West Virginia could have at least had the lead runner and taken a key base runner and Tarnish off the bags.
His postseason hero, Luke Lawrence. And Lawrence pushes the bunt foul. He has had an incredible run here in Morgantown, and he's playing hurt after taking a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in the knee. They were telling us at breakfast yesterday he couldn't even walk.
He's been as tough as it gets and such a leader. He's a hockey player. You knew he wasn't going down without a fight.
Provided the game winner last night, drove in 3. Lawrence gets this one down, but it'll trickle foul. Here's how it played out on Friday.
I mean, we heard the sound all the way up here. Absolutely whiffed and comes flush on the end. He was down for a while, too. Remarkable that he could get up, trying to continue.
Started his college career at Division III Webster University in St. Louis, playing for the Gorlocks. Then transferred to Illinois State after just one semester. And no, I don't know yet what a Gorlock is.
We'll find that out. Somebody's on it.
Popped it up. And Lawrence fails to deliver as Hagan handles it easily.
Well, that's a break for West Virginia. And you know, Lawrence, one of the better bunters, and maybe uncharacteristic for people watching and say, why are you bunting your 3-hole hitter with runners on first and second? Well, it's part of Kentucky's game. Lawrence has been in the middle of a lot of good situational spots, but he just doesn't start high enough there, and then when you see a ball elevated and you come up, that's usually what happens.
One down for Hudson Brown. Brown last night, 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch twice. A Gorlock, the Webster University mascot, mythical creature created by the students and faculty. They say it has the paws of a cheetah, the horns of a buffalo in the face of a St. Bernard.
So not warm and cuddly.
No. That school is at the intersection of Gore and Lockwood Streets.
You find a Halloween costume of a Gorlock? Let me know.
.336 average and 5 home runs for Brown. That one's down.
So Hagen against left-handers has been nearly unhittable here in 2026. 143 average overall, just a tick better, 167, but not by much with runners in scoring position.
Kicks away from Gravelin, throw to third is high, and Kentucky picks up an extra 90 on the wild pitch. Tyler Bell did not break for second.
Tarnish just, again, another anticipation of ball in the dirt. That first step, the key right there. Elevated throw from Gravelin, no chance. But double play still in order here with Bell remaining on first.
And the count to Brown is 2-2. We're on squeeze play right now. You can find that on ESPN Plus. We're part of a quad box action, and it's awfully small screen to watch all the crazy action we've had in this regional, especially between these two teams. And already in this opening frame, 2 errors for West Virginia after they sent 9 to the plate in the first. West Virginia's committed 6 errors in this regional. Runners at the corners, a 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, and Kentucky has loaded the bases.
It's just like we're watching the same inning over and over. West Virginia taking advantage of command issues in the top half to put up 3. Kentucky, by virtue of a couple of mistakes already in the field, and now has David Hagen in a bit of a spot with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs.
3 runs in the first inning tonight for West Virginia, 6 in the first 2 innings last night for Kentucky. Mingione, head coach of the Wildcats, had a huge smile on his face after the late game win against Wake Forest to start. They got a full night of rest last night when West Virginia had to return to the ballpark for an early start against Wake today. Wildcats had the bases loaded 6 times last night. Went 4 for 6 in those scenarios. You think she's an elected official?
Would she have your vote?
TBD.
Well,
I don't know what she stands on besides the bleachers.
I'll tell you what's standing right now. That's the Wildcat faithful looking to see Kentucky get on the board right here.
Ethan Hindle. First pitch wide, 1-0. Two for 5 with 3 RBI last night.
It's a 300 hitter this year with the bases loaded. And David Hagen, you're trying everything possible. Try and get a little rollover here. The infield shifted to the left side.
Happy to report we're on pace to miss our dinner reservation for the 2nd consecutive night.
Hey, just thrilled we got there last night and they kept the doors unlocked.
Thank you, Stefanos. 3-0 West Virginia. Cats trying to answer. We had a 40-minute first inning yesterday. We're almost there in this one today. He doesn't mind. He just wants Cats to push another one across. There has been 0 command from either starting pitcher in this game.
And the crazy part is you have 1 hit, multiple free passes in the hit by pitch in the top half. Fastball command eluding David Hagan after 3 spotless innings his last time out against Binghamton.
Ball 4, and Kentucky pushes a run across. Back-to-back walks from Hagan. Nick Mingione was forced to make an early decision on his starter, Ben Cleaver, and get him out after 6 batters faced. And now Steve Sabins looking down towards his bullpen, and they'll get somebody up in the first as well.
It'll be the right-handed senior Carson Estridge. There was some discussion about maybe Estridge starting this game. A little bit of an opener style, if you will.
Breaking ball misses to Braxton Van Cleve.
The thought process prevailing that Hagan had shown enough in his prior relief appearance, perhaps being able to collect a few early outs quite quickly. That has not been the case here tonight.
Word of encouragement from the West Virginia dugout. And he takes advantage of it as Hagan delivers a strike to even it with Van Cleve. Freshman from Arlington, Texas, underwent Tommy John surgery as a high schooler. That put him behind the 8 ball coming into Lexington this fall, and he sends a line drive to left field. That gets down. 1 run is home. They'll go station to station, and an RBI single for Braxton Van Cleve.
Well, he may have freshman next to his name, but physically and his presence at the plate is pretty well developed for a youngster, and this is just service to left. Nothing really flashy about it, just very sound, succinct, and short to it. And we've got 5 total runs here in the first inning. Kentucky 90 feet away from knotting this thing right back up.
Carson Hansen is the 7th batter of this opening inning for the Batcats. Gravlin tried to bring that one down to the top of the strike zone, 1-0. Senior from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Hansen came in on a tear with a pair of home runs over his last 2 games. That followed an 0 for 8 skid.
Well, starting his Kentucky tenure, homered on 2 of the first 3 pitches that he saw as a Wildcat. He's got a chance to break it open right here. .500 hitter with the bases loaded this year, and it just feels like when these 2 teams match up, that's the scenario you find each opposing offense in. Who's going to have a chance to harness the command first?
Second year as a Wildcat for Hansen, who started at Wisconsin-Milwaukee coming out of high school. He's trying to straighten it out. It'll be closer. Spent last year with the Madison Mallards of the Northwoods League.
What if a Gorlock and a Mallard came face to face?
We'd be having dinner. Perhaps pate. Tied him up. West Virginia saw a strike. He held back.
Now, from here, it did not look as though Hansen came around. Hagan trying to dig deep right here.
Now the Kentucky fans feel like they have the momentum. 3-2 to Hansen with 2 runs already in and 3 aboard. This is the 3rd full count of the inning from David Hagan. Defensive swing.
Well, been a real grinder here for David Hagan. Look at the swing. Maybe a little excuse me. Just kind of where the location was. No worries. Live to fight another day.
10th pitch of the plate appearance. Strike 3 low in the zone. And that's the second out of the inning.
Well, you'll take it if you're David Hagan. You've been laboring big time. Is that a gift? Well, Matthew Gravelin might want to pat him on the back, potentially stealing a strike, but more importantly, a massive second out.
This is Caden Cloud, 1 for 4 last night. Bases loaded for the youngster, and he looks at a strike. Cloud came in a slump, was just 1 for his previous 16 with 10 strikeouts. But he got a huge hit against Wake Forest in the first game. And you can't believe that one was called a strike. Neither can the Kentucky faithful. 0-2. Cloud had an RBI double in the 5th inning of the Wake Forest game. And he lays off the breaking ball.
I mean, if I were Cloud right now, it has been really difficult for Hagan to land any off speed in the zone. He got a couple of chase earlier in the inning, which feels like it started an hour ago.
The 1-2. Nobody, neither side likes John Brammer's strike zone.
All right, everyone at home, you be the judge. Had to reach a little bit. Feels like it was the same depth as the punch out for Hansen. A little break for Kentucky.
And now the 2-2 pitch to the freshman Cloud. There's ball 3. Cloud out of Nixa, Missouri. And he's trying to do some damage here. Nixa, same hometown as the fictional Jason Bourne, a.k.a. David Webb. They're on the move. It's strike 3. And a little bit of chatter from Matthew Gravelin. We're all sorts of sideways here already. We are more than 40 minutes into this game, and we've had 5 runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, 2 hit batters, 2 errors, no partridge, no pear tree. That's a lot of numbers on a line score after 1 inning. 3 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for West Virginia, and Kentucky scored 2 runs on only 1 hit in its first inning. Tommy Skelding is the 3rd pitcher of this game for Kentucky. We're only in the 2nd inning. Skelding only had 3 appearances in SEC play. This is his 11th appearance overall, 2-0 with an ERA of 5. He has walked twice as many batters as he has struck out. And if that continues, he will fit right in.
5 walks between these 2 teams just through 1 inning. I'll give you the arsenal. We're hoping for strikes from whatever he's featuring. It'll be mostly fastball, changeup. You get a little bit of cutter and curve as well, about 86 to 90. But that man right there, Nick Mingione, searching for some consistency, and we're only through 1 inning.
Well, the good news for Skelding is he comes in only down by 1, but it's going to feel like a start because he's going to start with the top of the order. Armani Guzman was hit by a pitch to start the game. 298 average, 35 ribbies. He's a speed merchant, but he doesn't have a single home run. Left side for Tyler Bell. Kentucky only needs 1 win. They got 2 tries to do it to win the regional. If West Virginia can pull off the victory, then we'll come right back to the ballpark tomorrow.
And the theme coming into today was you come through that elimination part of the bracket, the amount of pitching that you have to be able to utilize to even get to tomorrow, let alone have a chance to win it. West Virginia got a huge shot in the arm. Dawson Montesa with a fabulous 7 1/3 to preserve as much of Steve Saban's bullpen for this tilt tonight.
We'll see what Skelding can do for him. He's got a Hall of Fame background. He was born in Canton, Ohio. Two-time All-State performer coming out of the state, and we came to Kentucky in '24. He took a red shirt, 16 appearances last year. Pitched in the Cape last summer, and now he's pitching to a guy who's going to be in the big leagues in a blink of an eye.
Well, this guy has absolutely crushed this regional. All 3 hits for extra bases, including 2 leaving the yard. Followed through screams, big leaguer, the swag, and the presence of Gavin Kelly.
And Kelly with a single hot shot. It split the defenders playing him to pull, and the shift doesn't help. It's a 1-out single.
We'll have to retrieve the oven mitts as he was tearing out of the box thinking 2.
Yeah, you need oven mitts if you're going to take the pepperoni rolls out late at night.
Amen to that. Again, been fascinating too, Tom. A theme we've seen so far. A lot of these hitters, as you see Kelly tearing out, depositing both oven mitts before rounding first. Been a lot of beating the shift, specifically up the middle as well.
How come we haven't gotten a pepperoni roll yet?
Put it out there. We're told from many of the esteemed locals, the best to find are at some local gas stations.
But the chain station, like the Sheets.
Right.
Yeah.
I got cash. I'll give it to somebody.
Off the plate, 1-1 to Paul Schoenfeld. Joe Walken scored his first time. The Kentucky starter, Ben Cleaver, had an opening to forget. In order, it went hit, batter, walk, walk, hit, batter, sac fly, walk. Good day.
Skelding will have to bear down too. Lefties hitting .290 against him this year.
In the air to left. Breeze is pushing right to left. 2 down. Certainly more calm today, and we finally had clouds in the sky versus what we saw yesterday and last night.
Totally agree, and we really haven't seen, even this afternoon when Wake took on these Mountaineers, not too much trouble, not really anything wind aided one way or another. Can't say that about Friday. Saw it playing havoc both out to right and to left center.
Sean Smith at the plate. In this regional, Mr. Smith has been hit by a pitch 5 times. Got plunked with the bases loaded in the first to force in a run. Snap throw to first. Ooh, boy, Hudson Brown had to stretch for that one.
So 3 hits and 5 hit by pitches. Rarely seen, highly effective, and speaking of effective, my goodness, Hudson Brown needed every bit of that length to keep that ball from going into right field.
Smith skies it to left. Hansen running over. Tyler Bell back there. Everybody in foul territory. What a play by Carson Hansen. That gets Kentucky off the field. Hansen comes screaming in from straightaway left and goes to his feet with a sliding catch while fighting the sun. Well, Kentucky's having fun in this one despite the rough opening frame and being on the 3rd pitcher already. And West Virginia can't believe they couldn't cash in with more runs in the first. I think that's what they're talking about.
A couple of those gentlemen, part of the Biomechanics and Performance Center beyond right center field.
Here's Owen Jenkins. Did you see him down there when you were taking your tour?
Yeah, they walked me through it. What a palace, and what a remarkable cutting edge spot that is.
You got an update from Lincoln?
Top of the 9th, Arizona State 11, Nebraska 6.
Here's the problem for Arizona State. This ball on the ground from Jenkins to Einish. One down. Landon Hairston Jr. has been ejected from the game for unsportsmanlike conduct for a bat flip after he struck out. He launched it right above his head, and it'll be controversial, but the clip I saw, I think it was a good call. Anyway, if you were ejected for unsportsmanlike, he wouldn't be available in the next game.
My goodness.
And that has Ole Miss in the driver's seat in Lincoln. Jace Tarnish reached on an error, then moved to second on an error in the first inning. Then he advanced to third on a wild pitch and came home on a hit batter. Must feel like Christmas morning for Jace Tarnish.
We've been really seeing a lot of great leadoff hitters in this region. DeVar Williams with Wake Forest just eliminated. Tarnish has been the igniter for UK, and you've had a couple of them in the lineup iterations for Steve Savins between Guzman and Einish.
One, two. And Tarnish lines it into left center field. Schoenfeld finally gets to it, and Tarnish is going to go head first into second. One out double for Jace Tarnish, who's in scoring position again.
That dude is absolute baller. He has just been a joy to watch this weekend, and it's a added hair on it. Headed to the gap. I credit where it's due. Schoenfeld was on a dead sprint to try and cut off extra bases. Oh, you're not limiting this man to one. Full intent on getting to two. Pops up. And a one-out double puts him as the tying run in scoring position.
And a breaking ball in for a strike to Tyler Bell. The only pitch that Bell struggles against. He came in hitting 182 against breaking balls. And he fouls one off. Bell is from Lincoln Way East High School in Frankfort, Illinois. Same high school that produced former Kentucky star Ryan Ritter, won a Gold Glove and has been up with the Rockies. He said he works out with Ritter in the offseason and has for years. Pickoff attempt.
Remarkable to see him be held to just one hit so far. Obviously so crucial to the Wildcats' success, both in the box and in the middle of the diamond.
Breaking ball rolled over to second. Kelly's got it. And West Virginia executing the scouting report against Tyler Bell.
Well, Hagan, I mean, after a real laborious first inning, has reeled it in a little bit here and trying to exhale on where, hey, it's still had the lead, still got it now. Put up a zero, get back to the bat rack.
Here's the former Gorlock, Luke Lawrence. On the first pitch upstairs, Webster finished its season in NCAA Division III regionals a couple of weeks ago. Lost to Adrian College and DePaul. Chased it upstairs, 1-1.
Good change of the eye level right there. Again, just starting to mix it up, and crazy to say, hey, second time around the order already, but I try and find something to work here and keep these Wildcat hitters off balance.
A little squibber off of Lawrence's bat, backhanded by Kelly, off balance and just a little bit wide. It gets a run home for Kentucky. And we are tied at 3 in the second inning.
That was a super athletic play, and I thought Gavin Kelly was going to have a web gem in a top 10 moment, because that would have preserved the lead for West Virginia. He goes a long way, almost up the entire middle of the diamond, just not accurate to first.
Keep in mind, That's West Virginia's starting catcher playing middle infield.
I mean, as well-rounded and as versatile a player in the country.
'21-year-old Hudson Brown at the plate. He sends the first to first. Kresser with the knockdown. And this is already a knockdown, drag-out, bare-knuckle, error-filled, nasty, sloppy, ugly thriller of a game. Tied at 3.
Tied at 3, top of the third, and that majestic building beyond.
Hold on, why is there somebody in the roof?
We'll talk to him in a moment, but the Biomechanics and Performance Center here at West Virginia, a generous donation from Kent Kendrick, has helped construct an 8,200 square foot state-of-the-art facility outfitted with some of the best cutting-edge performance technology, including TrackMan, force plates, motion capture systems, and advanced data analysis tools. Had a chance to go through this. Hitting, pitching, whatever you want to break down, absolutely incredible.
It is so technologically advanced that Paul Skeens came down from Pittsburgh to throw a bullpen session here instead of doing it at PNC Park. There's Skeens in the very back right there in the middle. Cy Young Award winner, national champion. That's pretty cool, and he took time to talk to the team, and they were blown away by his approach in the bullpen and his approach overall. They said he just simplified everything, and he threw his bullpen with designs on replicating game situations, even going so far as to hold runners on base.
The ghost runner, if you will, at second, having varied the looks and, you know, thinking about it. We talked with Max Yale about it on Thursday, and he said, I don't think I've ever seen a max effort bullpen like that, and it really opened our eyes like, okay, that's how a big leaguer throws a pen.
That was September of last year when Skeens came down here. That one fought off, and it finds its way in between Bell and Hindle. Leadoff single for Matthew Gravel. And here's Matt Einish.
Going to be a kind of moves and counter moves from here on out. Leadoff men on. Will the run game be something Steve Sabins wants to employ here? Good bat-to-ball skills from Einish. Trying to get that go-ahead run into scoring position. Skelding's been good about being able to establish, or at least use the fastball to try and establish the inside part of the plate to the glove side. And see if he can get a rollover on a good off speed here. Oh boy. What'd you say? It looked like a toddler's and finger pain and just a mess everywhere in the first inning?
Kindergarten art class. This game needs safety scissors.
Clean up on aisle 5.
It's like trying to put a tuxedo on a Gorlock. 2-2 to Einish. Off the end of the bat to left. Hansen calls nobody in particular off and makes a catch.
Well, it's finally a little continuity here with Kentucky. And see if they can put up back-to-back zeros in what feels like a while since these two teams have met. We do have special delivery to the booth.
Yeah, I got great news. Bill Nevin, the fantastic PA announcer here, sent in a pepperoni roll. I don't know exactly where it came from. Do you have any marinara sauce in your pocket?
I don't. I just want to see you take it straight.
Yeah, this is what I've been missing in my life.
Now the question
is exactly it.
Question is, how many of those do you get for the road once this thing's all said and done?
You might have another night here. Yeah, I haven't known what I was missing. This is legit, see?
Oh my, and that is loaded too.
Yeah.
Small bites.
Anyway, it's an 0-1 count. Why don't you take it?
All right.
Line drive to left.
I thought I was going to do it. It's going to give you the bite. Rope in the left field. Gravelin will move up to second base. And another ringing single for Kresser.
I'm enjoying my coal miner's lunch over here.
West Virginia continuing to put the pressure on, trying to get some pizza roll offense rolling as well. Yeah, just beautiful swing all the way through it. Again, the approach has been really good for West Virginia thus far. Just forcing Kentucky pitching to have to get back in the zone and elevate it, and now a chance to take another lead.
Lumsden lifts it to left field. Hansen pushed all the way back to the track at the wall. Off of his leather. Gravelin will score. Headed to third behind him is Kresser, and he is out at the third base. Well, we had two different calls there, and Nick Mingione is going to ask for some clarification from Will Prestwood. Did we have an illegal slide? Or we have obstruction?
Well, Kresser looks to be in a little discomfort. And did he fall around second because he was trying to avoid the middle infielder? Oh yes, he's right in the base path. That is a no doubter. And of course, Kresser is looking at the ball. He's not seeing where Hindle is. Basically sitting on second base.
That obstruction allows Kresser to be safe at third. There was a wild play involving Braxton Van Cleve, the Kentucky right fielder, in the Arkansas series. Very similar. Van Cleve ran right into shortstop Cam Kojal. He's wearing a mask now because it was such a violent collision. He got taken off on a stretcher. So Will Prestwood was all over it. Obstruction keeps Kresser on the base paths, takes an out off the board. And there's two on for Tyrus Hall, and he nearly got nicked.
So Hansen makes a heck of a run here in left field. Almost comes down with it, just cannot hold on to it off the bitter end of the webbing of his glove. The relay was great, and then we find out why he had that opportunity to be able to tag out Kresser because of the obstruction at second.
2-0. Five home runs, 27 driven in for Hall, who's 4 for 11 with 3 doubles in this regional. I mean, hold on. Let's review. This game has had everything already, including obstruction. Yeah. Like, how often do you see obstruction?
Well, not just that. Like, just watching it with no regard for anything going on behind it.
Little dribbler to third. Stays fair. Scooped up and over to first on a short hop. Nice play by Caden Cloud. It's in a run-scoring ground out for Hall. And West Virginia now leads 5-3.
Credit to Hudson Brown. That was a real tough short hop to be able to scoop. If he doesn't get that, then Ben Lumsden's going to come scampering around to third base. Had to have it. Great job setting the feet. Beautiful scoop. But another run across, and West Virginia extends the lead to 5-3.
Back at the top of the order, and Armani Guzman. Honorable mention all Big 12 for the New York native. He went from New York City to the North Georgia mountains, where he played high school ball at Raven Gap Nakuchi School. And he was only a part-time player late last season before he got a couple of hits in the Big 12 tournament in a blowout against Arizona. He's been a postseason star since, and he delivers again. Guzman's first hit scores Lumsden from second.
Well, make it your second 3 spot in just 3 innings time for the Mountaineer offense. The faithful love it. This is just a little easy short swing. Didn't try and do too much. It gets the big part of the barrel out in front. That's a laser through the right side. And the offense churning here in Morgantown for the homeboys, and he loves it.
He was MVP of the Clemson Regional, spurred the comeback against Kentucky in the regional final last year. Now back to Gavin Kelly. Kelly's a true sophomore. He'll be one of the first position players taken off the draft, off the board in the draft next summer. You see Chase Alderman getting loose. Now that hat makes more sense from earlier.
Sure does.
Yeah. And we had city council members in the building.
Now, again, here we go. No lead is safe. Thought we saw it. Craziness is, again, has she earned your vote yet?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed, and I would presume her son is the one warming. There goes the runner, pitch is up, and it's dropped by Jenkins. So a base for Armani Guzman, his 34th of the season.
Probably get that Spider-Man meme going here, because both sides have allowed their speed to really augment their respective attacks. 33 of 36 now for Guzman after that swipe.
7th batter of the inning.
This is already the 11th at bat tonight for the Mountaineer offense with runners on, and they are going to bypass Gavin Kelly. I can't blame him right here. Trying to get an out at any base. You deal with the quote-unquote lesser of two evils here. Head coach Nick Mingione playing a little strategy, trying to keep this at a 3-run deficit.
Shadows getting a little longer here, past 6:15 Eastern. And Schoenfeld looks at the first offering low. Tommy Skelding is the 3rd pitcher of the game for Kentucky. He entered to start the 2nd.
Left-handers have been doing much more damage against Skelding, a .290 average overall.
Low and into Schoenfeld. Saw his numbers with runners in scoring position. He absolutely crushes fastballs. And just a 184 hitter against breaking balls. And a 4-pitch walk puts him aboard. The intentional walk followed by the 4-pitch walk. Not what Nick Mingione had in mind when they offered Kelly the free pass.
You got the righty Alderman getting loose quickly in the pen. It's the righty Sean Smith due up. And will this be the end of the line for Skelding?
Second time in the first 3 innings, West Virginia has sent 9 to the plate. Not much sugar left in that gum for Nick Mingione. They have been searching for answers from this pitching staff after starter Ben Cleaver gave him just a 1/3 of an inning. Alderman enters out of the Kentucky bullpen. We'll go over his particulars, and I'll finish the pepperoni roll after this break. Well, these two head coaches have some shared history. They weren't there at the same time, but both of them at one point played baseball at Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, Florida. So they're big fans of Ernie the Eagle. This is a young Nick Mingione playing middle infield back in the late 90s. Or first base, I should say. And on the other side, Steve Sabins. Look at those young pups.
Oh, man. Back when the jerseys felt like half hockey sweaters with how big they were.
We got some sleeves.
It's developed into quite the rivalry between these two. And heating up this one yet again with the junior Chase Alderman taking them out.
We have Sabins about it, and this first pitch is put into play. Hindle takes it to second to close the inning. 9 to the plate in the third, but a missed opportunity again. WVU has stranded 7 in 3 innings. 6-3 lead. That's our next announcer. Come on up. We're going to eat pepperoni rolls. You can call the game. Three-run inning for West Virginia. And we got a new pitcher. Joshua Sergal enters for West Virginia after Hagan gave him 2 innings.
And this was part of what we talked about earlier. If you're just joining us, Dawson Montesa was massive in 7 1/3 innings to allow Steve Sabins as many options as possible tonight. Sergal, 2.79 ERA.
Well, Hagan walked 2 and struck out 2, allowed 3 runs over 2 innings. Didn't get much help from his defense. With Ethan Hindle leading off the inning, Sergal is now behind in the count 2-0.
A lot of fastballs. You'll see a little bit of a slider and change too mixed in. Devastating against righties, a 118 average against.
Pitch walk puts Hindle aboard.
That is now, what, 8 walks tonight between these two pitching staffs? Just into the bottom of the third. West Virginia has 5 offensively. That's now the 3rd for Kentucky. Command eluding both sides yet again. Same story, different night.
And now Braxton Van Cleve. And he's taking all the way and looks at a strike. And Cleve delivered an RBI single in the first. And Van Cleve comes up with another knock. This one off the panhandle, and it'll push Hindle all the way to third. Kentucky right back in business with the tying run coming to the plate.
I mean, it's just waves on the shore. It is not a matter of if, it's a matter of how many keep coming. I said it before, he does not look like a freshman, both in physique and in swing path and plane. Another loud noise from this Kentucky offense.
Here's Carson Hansen, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. First pitch breaking ball in for a strike. Out of play to the left side. I've been scolded online. I've been told that you don't eat sauce on a true West Virginia pepperoni.
Okay.
Some locals are telling me that there's a gray area.
When in Rome, at least you tried it first the way it was supposed to be.
Hanson fighting that one off. I wouldn't say no to a little sauce. I also don't have to have it. I'm perfectly happy.
I thought you did it exactly the way you should for a first timer.
To the left side, backhanded pickup to second for one, and they only get one, and it brings home a run. Einish to Kelly for the force.
And I'm telling you, the fact that they even had a chance to turn that, it just tells you all about how quickly Einish was able to get it out. It was beautifully fielded, had to go to his right and make a strong, accurate throw to second. Beautifully done, and boy, Gavin Kelly did all he could to try and have the twin killing.
Caden Cloud 0 for 1 with a K. Breaking ball stays outside.
Only had 1/2 inning so far without a run. 3 halves with at least multiple runs scored. And 10 runs total. We're not even through the third.
Pitching and fielding versus these bats has been like LeBron versus Bronny. Drops in for a strike to Cloud.
Did you do that comp because I'm from Cleveland?
Yes, yeah.
Taking a shot at the King?
Yeah, yep.
I think you would go last night when we watched Victor Wembanyama take it to Chet Holmgren in the Thunder.
Kentucky fans not happy SGA saw his season come to an end.
Indeed. What would Wemby look like in the batter's box? Where's that strike zone?
In this game, he'd be walked 6 times.
Can you imagine the ABS challenges in Hoover for Wemby? I digress. Tell you, I respect Kentucky for staying within their approach. They have been really disciplined. They have forced West Virginia last night and tonight to come into the zone. And Nick Mingione has to love what he's seeing so far.
Into center field. One of Kentucky's superpowers is ability to have patience at the plate and drive up pitch counts. And then they translate that to the chaos they can create on the base path, leading the SEC in stolen bases.
Well, right now, 8th at bat tonight already with runners in scoring position. Bottom of the order has been great for them the last couple of nights. Visit from the mound by Owen Jenkins. And Steve Sabins will take a trip as well.
Do you think he's got a producer in his ears too?
Who's this stats guy?
Great question. You can scan that with your phone and take you to ESPN Squeeze Play. We got quad box action right now, and you may see the matchup in Westwood right now. UCLA trying to stave off elimination. Got a walk-off last night. They lead St. Mary's 5-4. The winner will play Cal Poly later tonight.
How about Troy 6-4 over Florida in Gainesville, top of 5 right now as well.
That is a regional final. Troy would need 2 wins. Sergout faced 4 batters. His night comes to an end, and Carson Estridge will enter from the dugout, pardon me, the bullpen door for West Virginia. cool hat. We'll be talking about it during this commercial break. The Hatfields and McCoys never partied like this. It is a scene here in Morgantown, and would be again if West Virginia can win and either Cal Poly or St. Mary's can hold off UCLA. It really would be an opportunity for either one of these teams to host a super should UCLA get eliminated. UCLA has just taken the lead on St. Mary's in the 7th inning. This is Carson Estridge. He's from Haymarket, VA. 6'7", with a 4-0 record and a 2.67 ERA.
Fastball slider change, high 80s, low 90s, right around 90 most of the time, but it will be tasked with yet again trying to limit another scoring opportunity early in this one by the Kentucky offense.
Here's Owen Jenkins with 2 aboard and only 1 out.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't know where that one missed.
Jenkins 0 for 1 on the ground out to shortstop.
Estridge been really good against right-handed batters, both 203 average overall and just a tick better with runners in scoring position at 211. Trying to get that inning-ending double play and preserve this 2-run lead.
2-0. I think maybe we all will get replaced by robots sometime.
Well, speaking of, Devin, our esteemed statistician, did give me the particulars on the Wemby strike zone for ABS.
This is, you guys are next level. Here's a 2-0. What would it be?
All right, so the zone is 17 inches wide by 34 inches tall. The top boundary of the strike zone for Victor Wembanyama, 55 inches off the ground. Do that math. What's the high strike like?
That's 4.5 feet off the ground. 2-2 now to Jenkins. That is amazing. Good work, boys.
I just want to know when they take him in to do the body scan, like, oh, really?
We got a scan large enough for that? It's like taking a horse to get an MRI. Strike 3 on Jenkins. Estridge K's the first man that he faces.
Now, he came right back, and you pepper a spot long enough, prove to the home plate umpire you can hit it. Good pitch presentation, maybe stealing a little bit of real estate from Gravelin. Well, that frame job, not what Jenkins wanted to see, but a second out here for the West Virginia right-hander.
Here's Jace Tarnish. Estridge trying to carry around the tradition of great West Virginia pitchers. Former Mountaineer David Carpenter and his Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp got a win today in Charlotte. They're in second place in the International League West. He's the manager at AAA, and they won the International League last year. Shout out Carp. Slice foul, former Braves and Nationals reliever.
Yep. Love for him to come here and throw some strikes, get this thing moving back on time.
I have a feeling that if I reached for marinara with a pepperoni roll in my hand, Carp would slug me, or at least knock the marinara out.
Saucy.
1-1 to Tarnish, who's reached twice tonight, once on an error, once on a double. He has scored 2 runs. Gravelin held it for inspection, but couldn't get John Brammer to bite.
I like it. Good slider action here, and again, force that hitter to make a decision. You could understand why you'd want to go back to it here. See if he offers this time.
Poke the opposite way, headed to third is Hansen. Mingione will send him home. The throw is there, 3 days ahead, and he's out at the plate. Graveling got bowled over but held his ground, and West Virginia wants an illegal slide, and they want an unsportsmanlike.
Well, this is a heck of a relay throw, but was watching Mingione to see if he had the stop sign up. If he did, you run the red light like that, see him coming around. Oh boy.
Runner can't use a roll blocker, a cross body slide, or it will be an illegal slide. They're going to talk about it. Well, in the college rule book, you cannot bowl over a fielder at any base, but here at the plate, we had a collision. And as the rule reads, so you take a look on the right side, this is what they're looking at in the replay center. If it is deemed to be intentional and flagrant, then the base runner can be ejected from the game.
If you look at him right now, it's not like he tried to lower his shoulder. He's trying to deke him, but that right there is probably what they're looking at first and foremost. You see the reaction, and Graveling kind of grabs his leg. Take one more look at it. So he's trying to get around, but then the decision with that lowered shoulder.
So this is Rule 8-7. It's a collision rule. If the contact is flagrant or malicious before the runner touches the base, and the contact was before he touched the base, but the definition will be parsed if flagrant or malicious, the runner shall be declared out and also ejected from the contest. This is a crew chief challenge to take a further look at this. And no doubt Steve Sabins was very intentional of having a conversation with this crew and saying, you got to go figure this out. Here's what they got. No malicious intent. The runner is out, and that'll send us away for the half inning. So the inning was over anyway. A missed opportunity for Kentucky. Nick Mingione was waving him home early.
So again, you know, when you look at him coming around third, he knows he's a dead duck at home, so he's trying to find a way around, and it almost kind of loses his footing as the shoulder is lowered. Graveling grabs his lower ankle and shin guard. This is a heck of a throw, by the way. Just absolutely on target, perfect, and in plenty of time, still halfway up the line.
And Graveling, you mentioned holding the ankle. That's an outfield assist for Amani Guzman. Here's a look. Nick Mingione doesn't wave. He simply points. That was an aggressive decision.
It certainly was, and I think Kentucky fortunate that ruling ends up just being an out.
Nick Mingione's kind enough to put the headset on for us. This has been a wild one already, Coach. Can you kind of walk us through what you're seeing on that last play?
He crushed it. That ball got there way faster than anticipated. With 2 outs, we love to be aggressive, but clearly not the right decision. And I mean, he threw a laser beam right there, but a little too aggressive.
I kind of feel like tonight's playing out similar to last night, the starting pitching situation on either side. Does it feel chaotic on the field, or is it calm for you guys?
No, the first inning, it definitely felt that way. But after that, I mean, our team, they're poised, and their focus has been great. I mean, we've had pressure every inning, and we got to keep that going. It's going to be one of those days where it definitely feels that way.
Here's Bell at short, and Graveling thrown out. Your shortstop's pretty good, too.
Yeah, he's not bad, Coach. The offense, I mean, it's felt like waves. A run in every inning so far. It feels like you guys are right on the precipice of being able to break through.
Yeah, we are. And, you know, just our ability to string together quality at-bats is going to be absolutely crucial. Obviously, this is their second game of the day. We thought this is exactly who they would go to in this situation. So we just have to have those grinding at-bats, and we have to play well defensively.
Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
That's Nick Mingione, Kentucky head coach. Matt Einish at the plate. Einish with a walk and a flyout. interesting hearing his perspective when a guy gets thrown out at the plate, and the big part of it was how hard that ball was hit and how quickly it got to Guzman.
Yeah, and again, first, the throw has to be accurate, too, to even have him out by that many steps. And, of course, we all remember in big league baseball, Buster Posey, the injury, Buster Posey rule, basically, in the big league side of how it's cascaded down. But, again, still feel fortunate that it was not ruled malicious. That would have been a massive loss for Kentucky.
It's only an ejection from one game and doesn't have a suspension tag to it. And that one's lifted foul by Einish. What a carnival this has been.
I was just going to say, we said we thought we had seen everything in the first 3 innings. Well, go ahead and add another layer to it. Guess we got the fight part of the carnival almost there at home plate.
You go to rougher carnivals than I do. This one poked foul against Chase Alderman, who's from Moorhead, Kentucky. Started his college career at EKU. Red-shirted at Eastern Kentucky in 24, recovering from Tommy John surgery. Mom Chris, Dad Mike, and this one popped up the left. It's traveling, and Hansen all the way at the track takes it in for out number 2. Mom was a cheerleader at Moorhead State, so she is right in her element.
How about making your Kentucky debut against Mom's alma mater, too?
Is that right?
February 17th against Moorhead State. Pretty sure the rooting interest was one-sided in that one.
Well, his grandpa, Sonny Allen, played at Moorhead State back in the day before playing in the Yankees system. Low and away, and the offering to Brody Kresser, who is 2 for 2. Shift is on for Kresser, with Hindle playing right up the middle. Well, Alderman has brought some stability to this Kentucky pitching staff after the starter, Ben Cleaver, threw 23 pitches and only got 1 out. He was the 4th pitcher of the game for the Cats. Ouch.
Owen Jenkins has had to wear it a couple of times this weekend. Looks like he's up and shaking it off. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we are on the precipice of our second 0 of a half inning.
I didn't think that was legal.
Are we allowed to do that? Fastball slider change mostly here. You'll see some cut fastballs also from Alderman. He's handled the righties so far this year. Lefties have given him some trouble. You would feel like any length here that Alderman can give Mingione would be a sigh of relief. Trying to stabilize this one in the middle frames.
He went for 84 pitches against Arkansas his last time out. That was a outing that covered 4 1/3 innings. Did allow 2 home runs in that one.
It's a good young arm. I mean, he popped 95 already. His range coming in about 89, 94. Boy's pumped up.
Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Alderman was a starter at the beginning of this season. 3 starts against Moorhead, Western Kentucky, and Eastern Kentucky. Poke to right. Here's Van Cleve. And look at that. A clean inning worked by Chase Alderman. Got a tight one. We'll talk with West Virginia head coach Steve Sabins when we return. A couple of crooked innings for the Mountaineers. It leads 6-4 in the bottom of the 4th. We're pleased to be joined by West Virginia head coach Steve Sabins.
What's going on, guys?
Coach, the offense, couple of crooked numbers early. What have you liked most about the approach against a couple of these arms?
Yeah, they're having competitive at-bats, and this game's kind of had it all. Not exactly a calm one so far. I think there's about 15 walks. There's some errors. There's some assists. There's some people running into each other at the plate. I mean, I can think of a lot of words to describe it, but drunk is probably pretty close. It's fun. These kids are getting opportunities in the biggest moments, and so we'll go to some more arms. The guy on the mound right now for us, Stridge, has been in a lot of big moments. One of the biggest ones was a couple years ago, North Carolina Super Regional. But he likes the moment. The guy's pretty fearless, so hopefully we can ride this dude for a while.
Well, if you hold on to the lead, we'll get you a glass of water and some aspirin. Thanks for the time.
Yep, thanks, boys.
It has been sloppy, that's for sure. I think he nailed it.
Amen to that.
This entire fan base would happily take the hangover to come back out to the ballpark for Game 7 tomorrow.
The way it's going, 3 hours, 45 minutes last night. No alacrity here tonight so far.
Tyler Bell leads off the inning. Bell is 0 for 2. Bell, Lawrence, and then Brown. And this one's launched deep right field. Guzman will watch it sail. Bell nearly put it onto the concourse. 8th home run of the season for Tyler Bell, and Kentucky has cut the lead to 1. .377-foot shot that came off the bat at 104.
He knew it. A bat flip to boot, and this thing an absolute vapor trail behind it. We were saying you can only keep him down for so long. Just one hit up to this point. My goodness gracious. Full extension. Thanks for coming. Goodbye baseball, and we are within 1.
And now Luke Lawrence at the plate. He's had a tremendous regional, and he's done it with a gimpy knee after taking a 97-mile-an-hour fastball off the kneecap.
Oh. Yeah. Cool customer, man, but that was violent.
1-0 to Lawrence. And that one's laced the opposite way. He's got his second hit of the game. Nicely played in the corner by Lumsden. And back-to-back extra base hits for Kentucky here in the 4th.
Oh, shout out to the Kentucky training staff. No ill effects shown. I was watching Lawrence out of the box. He hit it plenty hard. Could he get to second without a play? No problem whatsoever. He just motored again, not having to do too much. It's a short, compact swing. Estridge providing most of the power there. And you could tell, just chugging along, your tying run right back into scoring position.
Hudson Brown is 0 for 1 with a walk. Sophomore from Olive Branch, Mississippi. He was on the Clemson regional team last year. Five home runs and 35 driven in. He has struggled against high velocity fastballs, but if it's between 90 and 93, that is his sweet spot with an OPS of 1189 and a 478 average.
Well, he's in the right spot then. Estridge average velo 88.91.
One and two.
Still got to do a job here, right? If he can, and the infield is shaded to the pull side, that would get the job done.
Big gap between Hall and Einish. That is a foul ball by a foot and a half.
Well, if you're just joining us here, left-handed bats traditionally here in Morgantown try and go the opposite way because the ball carries pretty well. Now, it's nowhere near the wind effect that we've had the first couple of days. You've seen a concerted effort from all 4 of these clubs that have been here so far.
Got him off balance with that one. Gravelin gets there, cuts right in front of Estridge to handle it.
Oh, that was a good job by Gravelin taking charge. Hey, we pitchers want to make a play too, but that was the right move. Peel it off.
How much does Ben have that playing into the right move for Gravelin?
Well, and just again, you're a guy that's used to doing that, and you can kind of see it backspin towards him. And for Estridge, might have been able to call him off if he wanted, but I think the right play made.
Here's Ethan Hindle. He's seen time in the field the last couple of games due to the knee injury to Luke Lawrence, who's limited to a DH role. Hindle had his season cut short last year, made 22 starts, and a foot injury put him on the shelf for the remainder. Didn't see action in the regional against West Virginia. And he tattoos one to left field, topspin to Lumsden. It gets down in front. Lawrence will score from second. Ethan Hindle with an RBI single.
They just keep coming, man. Incredible job by this Kentucky offense. They have scored in every inning. And just another really outstanding swing. Short to it, and being able to take advantage, elevated over the big part of the plate. Kentucky continues to mash, already their 9th hit, and we're still in the 4th.
This guy is motoring, bum knee and all. Here's Braxton Van Cleve. You see the face mask on his helmet. He's got a plate and some screws in his face after the broken orbital bone in the collision in the Arkansas series. He has been through a lot in his young life. He was born with a club foot, and the doctors told him he would never be able to run. Graduated from Mansfield High School as magna cum laude. He was a starting quarterback. Underwent Tommy John surgery coming out of high school. Got to campus in the fall, and he was struggling. Double whammy of the injury, being a freshman, facing big arms. Nick Mingione put his arm around him and said, "Don't worry about it. This is totally normal. This is a tough hill for anyone to climb." And he started putting it together during the late part of the season. And he gets injured in the Friday night game against Arkansas and taken off on a stretcher. What a journey it's been for Braxton Van Cleve.
Well, and you appreciate the effort, too, of having to fight through what I'm sure is still a painful injury. He has alleviated that and been as key a contributor here in Morgantown.
Van Cleve owns a pair of singles tonight. And he fouls one straight back. Kentucky has yet to lead in this game. It was tied at 3 after 2. And West Virginia put a crooked number on the board in the top of the 3rd.
I hesitate to ask, how many is it going to take to get it done tonight? But
well, last year in the regional final, the winning number was 13.
halfway there.
Delayed steal, throw down to second is late, and Ethan Hindle picks up 90 feet. They are creative with their run game.
Well, more speed pressure, right? And it's part of the DNA. It's what makes them tick. Going to try and force you to make that defensive play. The delayed steal, remember, Jace Tarnish, the delayed steal to third against Wake Forest set up the opportunity for the go-ahead run in the ninth for Kentucky's first win this weekend.
Fouled straight back. (16 for 16). He knows how to pick his spots. And this one through the right side, around third is Hindle. The throw from Guzman, he's got a cannon, but he airmails it. That allows Van Cleve to go to second. Nick Mingione didn't hesitate to send Hindle home, despite knowing the arm strength for Guzman.
Well, that ball hit to Guzman far different, not necessarily as hard. Well struck, but this again, another product of being right man, right time here, and plenty to get through for the go-ahead run. Good secondary. He knew it as soon as it was off the bat. I am booking it. And as you said, no hesitation. Kentucky takes their first lead of tonight's game.
Carson Hansen looks at a first pitch strike. Great speed by Hindle. The stolen base paid off. Diving stop by Kresser. Underhand toss, perfectly executed. And that's good for the second out of the inning. You know, as sloppy as this game has been, there have been some diamonds in the rough and some fantastic defensive play.
Add that one to the list here, because if that gets by Kresser, that's another run on the board. Even with Gavin Kelly, play a great backup over there. And Estridge, the pitcher, covering, fundamentally sound. Put a pin in that one as a potential, not only inning changer, but big spot in that part of the game.
Here's Caden Cloud. First pitch breaking ball misses away. Cloud is hitting only 2 for 22 against sliders this year. He is 1 for 2 tonight.
.143 average against the slider for Estridge in 2026. One of the primary out pitches. That and the changeup been very solid in big spots.
And squeezed down to third. Hall bare hands and throws on the run. What a play by Tyrus Hall. Mingione wants to challenge. They'll keep West Virginia on the field. Do or die for Tyrus Hall, and to the naked eye, looked like he did.
Well, just an insane individual effort from Hall. And the bare hands, the only way to go. Did he get him? Might have been by the slimmest of margins. Cloud doesn't agree. Wholeheartedly against it. Whew. Oh, man. If it is, it's not by much.
If he didn't get him, the run scores and we play on.
Wow. Call the field. Is that he got him? Is there enough there? Check where the ball. Wow.
What do you got?
I think he got him.
If Cloud comes down on the front of the base, he's safe. It's a matter of inches. Instead, his foot hits near the top of the bag.
I think he's out.
That is as close as it can be.
All right, so we've almost come full circle. Didn't look really good defensively early. couple of great plays. Kresser.
Well, Saban said this game was drunk. I think now we're at the beer goggles frame of the night. Here's what they're looking at. The bang play at first, and in the video control room, this is the exact angle that they are using to judge the outcome of this play. It's really cool that we can see where they're looking and what they're using to decide it.
Review. The runner is out at first. Kentucky has one challenge remaining.
And Kentucky loses one challenge, but still the Cats able to take the lead. It started with a Tyler Bell home run.
Well, you wanted your star to finally come out, and did he do it in a big way? For whom the home run bell tolls as Kentucky has the lead.
Well, as ugly as this game started, it's like they finally mopped the floor at Joe Mama's because it's gotten cleaned up, and it's a one-run game. It's been a thriller.
Did not have to change venues for it. Gibby's would have helped us out, but those kids might want to wake up. We got a good one going. Well, hey, be honest. Alderman comes out now. Way different situation. 3-spot there in the bottom of the fourth. Now tasked with holding on to the one-run lead.
And the first offering misses away to Ben Lumsden. Looking for a shutdown inning for Chase Alderman. Lumsden is 1 for 2. That's in the 8-hole for West Virginia.
Seeing Mom giving the hearts. Let's go, big boy.
A win tonight for Kentucky sends them to the Super Regionals. A win for West Virginia will bring us back to the ballpark tomorrow for a decisive Game 7.
When you think about where Kentucky was headed into the final couple of weeks of the regular season, needing to get to a certain threshold of SEC wins.
Yeah, 13 wins, the magic number. Nick Mingione had it plotted out. They got it. Bringing Jackson Jelkin out of the bullpen.
Yeah, getting that win against Arkansas, and then figuring, okay, if we get one potentially in the SEC tournament, that maybe puts it on ice. Still probably sweated it out a little bit into Selection Monday. But they find their way in.
And they're one of the last 4 teams selected as an at-large. Swing and a miss for Lumsden. Alderman's got his first K, 1 down.
How about this fastball, little upstairs cheese action. Right at the letters. Beautiful job, and his boys, yeah. Pounding the rail. Mom's loving it. Keep her going.
They can hear her in Fairmont. Hall is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Takes a fastball inside. Developing situation in Gainesville, Florida. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Troy is trying to force a Game 7. Troy leads Florida 8-5 after Troy eliminated Miami earlier today. The winner of this regional matches up with the winner from Los Angeles. UCLA leads St. Mary's 5-4. It's like she brought her own personal DJ.
She's done this a time or two, probably. Good experience. It never leaves you.
Knee high strike, 2-1. When you pitched, could you hear individual voices in the stands?
Oh, yeah. I have a great memory. One distinct one. My old man let me know when I gave up a homer he was not pleased.
I kind of was leaning towards the positive side, but
there were far more positives.
What did he say if you gave up the home run?
Not for air here, but let's just say the car ride home was a bit more silent. Mom had to pray the rosary, though. Every time I took the hill, it was the Our Father and Hail Mary.
Oh, the stress of a baseball mob.
Baseball parents, right? It's worse, 10 times worse watching it, and we hear it all the time, right? Former players now with their own kids playing college and the pros. You feel way better when you're in control versus out of control and just kind of living and dying vicariously.
One on and one out, top of the order, Armani Guzman. Chase Alderman was a starter to begin the season and has come out of the bullpen since. He only made 3 appearances in March and 4 in April. This is only his second outing in the month of May.
Left-handed bats have been where it's been the problem spot. Almost a 400 average versus 250 against righties.
One and one.
And if you're West Virginia right now, not a bad time maybe to try and start the runner. See if you can upset the apple cart a little bit here. Get that tying run into scoring position.
Troy has scored a couple more. They now lead Florida 11-5.
Wow. Also saw Arkansas up 4-0 early on Kansas in Lawrence.
Trying to stick around Larrytown for another day. And in the 5th inning in Austin, UC Santa Barbara leads Texas 1-0. We thought we'd get their top pitching prospect to throw against Texas. That didn't materialize, yet they still lead them. In the air to left center. Hansen fighting the sun. 2 down. Catch Paul Feinbaum Show weekdays at 3 Eastern on SEC Network. Big takes to breaking news around the SEC. It's all right here. You ever called into the Feinbaum Show?
I might have to now. Do we think we can get Mrs. Alderman on the show?
Yeah, she'll be a guest Monday if they win.
What will that interview sound like from Paul?
I hope she doesn't scream on the air, but I think Paul would be highly entertained.
As would we all.
One on for Gavin Kelly. Homered against Kentucky, pitching twice last night. Got Nate Harris in the 3rd.
Well, this would be a monster shutdown inning right here. Big part of the order for West Virginia. Opportunity to tie it.
Jenkins corrals it. Early on the Plains, UCF leads Auburn 2-0.
Georgia Tech up 7-2 in Atlanta, handling Oklahoma so far in the 3rd. What an offense they have, huh? My goodness.
First year for James Ramsey as a head coach, replacing the legend Danny Hall in his first year. Took Georgia Tech to Omaha. A loaded roster, including Nomar Garcia-Parra, Jason Varitek.
I remember taking my unofficial visit there with Danny Hall. Amazing what that man did in his tenure, for sure.
Kelly slices one foul. They walked Kelly intentionally last time up, after Guzman had stole second and first base was open. Now it's Hall at first, and he's got 17 bags on you.
If I'm Alderman, I do not want allowing Gavin to get his arms extended here. Do not want to let him drive it to the right center gap.
down the right field line and onto the berm. West Virginia has had, great history with players from the Pittsburgh area, including J.J. Weatherholt, now in the big leagues with the Cardinals. Kelly was first team all-conference. He'll be playing with the Team USA Collegiate National Team this summer. Alderman wipes away and shakes to another pitch. What did he want? And he misses. We're talking with Steve Sabins about J.J. Weatherholt has already provided this program, and he said, you know, a lot of guys give money after they have a big league contract. He gave money right off the bat, right after he was drafted and before that big contract. He also parlayed speaking at the offseason banquet into getting someone else to provide a new scoreboard here. He said, you know, we really need a new scoreboard at this ballpark. It just so happens that the guy who owned the scoreboard company was sitting in the crowd.
Spoke it right into existence.
Low and away, and a full count. Baseball dude, highest drafted player in West Virginia history, 7th overall a couple of years ago, and already in the big leagues.
Sensational start, and right in the thick of that Rookie of the Year race in the National League.
Both sides on their feet here. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Kelly goes down. They'll have to throw down to finish it. And a massive mano-a-mano win for Chase Alderman. No one happier than Mom.
And the Kentucky faithful love it. How about a big spot and a big moment for the youngster? Free air conditioning on one of the best in the nation. Kentucky with the lead.
Spin around the nation, 10 SEC teams in the regional final. That's the most by any conference in the tournament. Little names, big results. Little Rock, Milwaukee, and St. John's throwing it back. They all start 2-0, most 2-0 for 4 seeds since the tournament expanded in '99. Landon Harrison, the Big 12 Player of the Year, got ejected after striking out, tossing his bat straight up in the air. Did you see that clip yet?
Just please don't do it, kids, in front of the umpire. Like, hey.
You're just asking.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jenkins hit by the pitch.
He felt like a statue just standing there and almost like, come on, man, really? God, yet another hit by pitch. I mean, sturdy. Thanks a lot. I wanted to swing it. Well, another bottom of the lineup. Turn over to the top with traffic in front of Jace Tarnish.
Nearly another.
We'll visit here to try and get Estridge back under control.
There's nobody throwing in the West Virginia bullpen.
Now, I would imagine now, and especially with Kentucky, if you can try and lengthen the lead, that you might see Nick Mingione start to get a couple arms moving. And knowing Kentucky just needs the win tonight to punch their ticket to the Supers. And Steve Sabins will have a little chess match here of which leverage arms and when to go to. He's already had to deploy a couple here.
And now some action.
McDougal, yep.
McDougal was throwing in game 1 today in the win against Wake Forest. Breaking ball up and in. Troy now leads Florida 16-5.
What?
9 runs in the bottom of the 6th for Troy, and they're still hitting.
That was Liam Peterson, I believe, that was supposed to start for Florida tonight. Wow.
2-1.
Tarnish been so good going to the right side of the field this weekend. There's another big hole over there, just a slight up the middle to the left. Big gap for him.
Tarnish matches up well with the slider, hitting .333 against sliders this season. Top 10 single season school history in stolen bases for the St. Bonaventure transfer. And he sends it foul. Nick Mingione was talking to us about the recruiting call that he had with Jace Tarnish. He finds anything he can to bond with players over, and they bonded over the fact that Tarnish has a gluten-free diet.
I know a guy.
Yeah, the guy next to me who would just throw away the roll of the pepperoni roll and just go pepperoni. That's legal.
It is. As long as you're not dabbling in the cross-contamination department.
Fair. Didn't think of that. And another hit batter. Kentucky, not the only statues here in West Virginia. Hot Rod Hundley and Jerry West have statues outside of the basketball arena. And they're just not moving.
Well, no reason to right here. Again, it has been fastball command that's eluded Estridge. They're going to take a look at Tarnish. Watch again where this catches him. And he's pointing right to the inside. What is it with Kentucky hitters and getting hit on the inside?
Wow, that's a back leg.
Kneecap. Saw the late kind of sink right there and just in a funny spot. One more side look for you. Oof. Well, remember, Luke Lawrence almost opposite with where it was on his back knee when he turned to bunt. A little bit different with Tarnish still trying to go in the hitting stance.
So brings Lawrence to the plate. Tarnish is going to test it out by doing some running. And Tarnish will stay in the game.
Another wellness check tomorrow for Nick Mingione. Gonna need an urgent care.
Toughest guy I've ever seen in a puka shell necklace.
Yeah. Well, they'll take it. I mean, walking wound, it doesn't matter. More traffic.
Well, the hospital's just up the hill.
Well, yeah, we're right there if we need it.
Nobody out in the fifth. A couple of hit batters, and Ben McDougal will come out of the West Virginia bullpen, and they'll go lefty to face the switch hitting Tyler Bell, and then another couple of lefties in Lawrence and Brown due up after. There's still nobody out. And Estridge is done. Kentucky threatening again, up one in the fifth. Estridge's night is done. The Mountaineers up against it here in the fifth inning with 2 on and nobody out and down 1. So Ben McDougal, the senior from Bridgeport, West Virginia, 6'5", 200, enters for the Mountaineers. 9th appearance this season for McDougal. He's only thrown 6 1/3.
Hey, remember last year he closed out that Clemson regional. You'll see fastball primarily here, mix in the slider, curve, and the change. Been really good against left-handed bats. And he'll get the great Tyler Bell, who already homered from the left side. He'll swing around to the right side, but you can kind of tell Steve Saban's playing the chess piece here, knowing you've got essentially 2 of the next 3 from the left side.
Owen Jenkins, a runner at second, was practicing his secondary lead while McDougal was throwing his warm-up pitches.
Fine with that. One-track mind. Try and extend this lead, get some breathing room.
UCLA and St. Mary's are going into extras, tied at 5. Winner of this regional matches up with the winner of that regional. Cal Poly waits in the regional final. Here's Tyler Bell. He homered last time up. And a slider in for a strike.
Kentucky with 14 at-bats already with runners in scoring position, 5 hits thus far.
Kentucky's been plunked 10 times in this region. As Bell looks at a strike.
My goodness. Well, we knew they led the SEC, but just picking up right where they left off.
Bell, first team all-conference shortstop in the SEC, and that puts him in good company to say the least. And he goes down looking.
Oh, that's massive. That's a great sequence by Gravelin and McDougal. And especially after coming off the last AB, that might have been another low strike that Gravelin stole. But McDougal fired up, and he should be. We dodged a bullet.
And a breaking ball waved at by Luke Lawrence, who's 2 for 3 in this one, and West Virginia doing a high wire act here in the 5th.
If you find your way through here, that is a massive momentum swing.
Mountaineers came in with the best fielding team in the Big 12, despite some sloppiness we've seen in this regional, including a pair of errors tonight. And a double play would get him out of trouble. Runners on the move, and it's fouled back.
Wow, got away with one. I love the aggressiveness right there.
Let's go back to when McDougal was warming up, and this is Jenkins practicing his secondary lead.
No detail overlooked. Practice it, perfect it.
Not going now, and it's upstairs. Missed with 90.
All right, so if you're playing along at home, it's been just a consistent elevation here with the fastball. Does he dare pull the breaking ball right here to go away from the barrel?
Swing and a miss for Lawrence. Back-to-back Ks for McDougal. And he's got the bad dude strut going.
Sure does, and why wouldn't you? That was a perfectly executed sequence. Back-to-back at bats with big strikeouts, and he forces Lawrence to try and have to cover the outside corner after standing him up with fastballs. Tough to do, no matter who you are. And all of a sudden, a chance to escape and put momentum back in the Mountaineer dugout.
He's got to deal with Hudson Brown, who's got reverse splits. He hits lefties really well with an OPS of 1225, but Brown down in the count, 0-1. Hudson Brown was walked in the first. That was a 2-run inning for Kentucky. A great bounce back inning after they gifted West Virginia 3 in the first. On the outer edge for a strike, 0-2, and now the home crowd is feeding off the momentum that Ben McDougal has given this program. To the right side, McDougal's got to hurry. Instead, a dive to the bag by Kresser. It is do or die for West Virginia, and after being up against it in the 5th, they are doing it.
Really, Kresser, come on down, brother. What a great job. A foot race to the bag. Forget it, I'm diving for it. And we got a little momentum shift here in Morgantown as West Virginia fighting like heck to force Game 7 tomorrow.
We've had another star player ejected from his game today.
Mr. Phelps down in Georgia.
Trey Phelps homered and then talk trash.
Yeah, it was not just that. It was completely staring in the opposite dugout. And if you go see the video of it, I think you would wholeheartedly agree the Liberty faithful not liking at all. And it wasn't just around first, it was around the entire base paths.
Here's Paul Schoenfeld. He's drawn a pair of walks tonight. And Chase Alderman delivers a strike, 1-1.
That's a tight one down in Athens, too. 2-1 Georgia, bottom of the 8th. Well, if you're Schoenfeld here, again, you have been a master at being able to get on base. Couple of walks, work some good counts, be selective.
Or just rip one into the right field corner. Schoenfeld motors to second. It is a wild throw in from the corner and a leadoff double for Paul Schoenfeld.
What a time for West Virginia's first extra base hit of the night. Rip City right here. Elevated fastball over the big part of the plate, thinking 2 right out of the box. And the Mountaineers with momentum and a little fire from the team leader.
We've gone to the bottom of the 10th in LA. St. Mary's has a chance to walk off UCLA and return the favor. Here's Sean Smith. 0-1. We've already had a pair of national seeds eliminated. Southern Miss and Nebraska are done. And West Virginia on the ropes here in the late innings. 1-1. The double for Schoenfeld is the first hit allowed for Chase Alderman out of the Kentucky bullpen tonight.
That bullpen getting hot in a hurry. Niall Adcock, the senior. Already some big outs in this regional. Smith can also take advantage here. And outfield is pretty deep. Anything to the gap. And he's going to be trading places with Schoenfeld.
Three and one. Pick off to second. Good idea by Hindle. And nearly caught Schoenfeld napping.
Well, if nothing else, try and keep that from him being an aggressive secondary too. Outfield's going to have to come up firing quickly.
Wow. 3-2. Alderman trying to get back on track.
You're trying to hit it to the Star Furniture and Mattress store across the street.
And ball four puts Smith aboard.
You're upwards of 50 pitches right now.
This feels like a cage match.
It does.
Tarps are off for a handful. Nick Mingione has gotten an incredible effort from his reliever Chase Alderman. But this will be the end of the line. West Virginia, this is their first opportunity with multiple base runners since the 3rd inning. And in the 3rd, the Mountaineers got 3 runs but left the bases loaded. They've left the bases loaded twice in this game. They've left 8 men on. And Giona's made the decision. Alderman with a gutty effort here tonight kept the Mountaineers off the scoreboard in the 4th and the 5th, and now 2 aboard in the 6th and nobody out. Now Adcock will replace Chase Alderman.
Heroic effort from the redshirt sophomore. Mom couldn't be happier.
Biggest cheerleader in the building. She'll show her appreciation for Chase Alderman, her son. What an effort by Chase Alderman. 2 1/3, only 1 hit, but he leaves with runners at 1st and 2nd. After a leadoff double from Paul Schoenfeld and then the walk to Sean Smith. They turned it over to Niall Adcock, the senior from Pinckneyville, Illinois. We saw Adcock last night. 5-1 with a 4.64 ERA. This is his 24th appearance. He has struck out 45 in 33 innings.
Get ready for a lot of curveballs, fastball in the low 90s here, but it's primarily what he's done against righties. 0-95 with runners in scoring position.
He threw a couple of innings Friday against Wake Forest.
Pickoff throw, seeing the show here from Gravelin. Potential sacrifice situation to get not only the tying run, but the go-ahead run into scoring position.
Gravelin with a sac fly back in the 1st. And he's taking, and he takes a strike. We've got a ticket punch to the Super Regional. North Carolina advances to the Supers for the 3rd straight season. Tar Heels would take on the winner of the College Station Regional, where Texas A&M is 1 win away from advancing. He got it down. That wasn't just a take a moment ago. And the sacrifice advances Schoenfeld to 3rd and Smith to 2nd.
Wow, really well done all the way around, and Gravelin was booking it down to 1st. He deadens it nearly perfectly. But first, fundamentally sound, start at the top of the zone, make sure you get it down and then hustle out. Adcock could only go barehanded and fires a bullet to 1st for the out.
Here's the West Virginia shortstop, Matt Einish, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts to left, and he takes a 1st pitch strike. Einish has reverse splits. He's better against lefties, and sprawling stop by Jenkins to save a run.
He's made a couple of big stops yesterday and today, and that one may be the biggest of them all considering the circumstances.
Over the top of the breaking ball, 1-2.
I think you're going to see it again. And you got to trust your catcher, Jenkins, to not let it get by.
UCLA was just eliminated by St. Mary's. 6-5 walk-off for the Gales in the 10th inning. UCLA, for the 2nd straight season, the #1 overall seed, will fail to advance out of its own regional. That means the winner of this regional will be in play to host a Super, depending on the outcome between St. Mary's and Poly. Low and away.
Wow.
Total chaos in college baseball. It is beautiful. Here's the payoff. It's low, and West Virginia has loaded the bases one more time. They have had plenty of opportunities, but they haven't put together a massive inning in this situation. So now they'll lean on Brody Kresser to try and get it done.
All right, I'm actually okay. Not necessarily that Adcock was pitching around Einish, but the splits are very, very stark. Success rate for Adcock against righties far better than against left-handed bats.
West Virginia 1 for 4 with the bases loaded tonight. And keep in mind, only the 3 and 4 seeds are still alive in the Los Angeles Regionals. So Kentucky would be in play to host if they can get this win or get it tomorrow. It would be automatic for West Virginia. 0-1. High fly deep into the right field corner. Van Cleve, foul. Whoa.
That might have been as heads up. Maybe even though he was going to get close to colliding with the wall, I think he knew exactly where the foul line was, and knowing if he makes that catch, no way he's throwing out the tying run at home.
And Schoenfeld would have tagged, and we'd be locked at 7. Dark night in right field. Oh, 2 to Kresser with the bases juiced. In the dirt, blocked by Jenkins.
Well, still way ahead here in the count. And Adcock, scouting report, sure West Virginia knows, loves to go to the breaking ball. 188 average on the curve so far in 2026.
As you repeat it. Swing and a miss. First base occupied, 2 down.
What a sequence. Niall Adcock stepping up big time. First punch out of the night. Here's your sequence. Beautiful, getting that first, getting the over breaking ball, then a fastball way ahead. Trying to get some chase, doesn't have it, but finally comes back with it. First strikeout, but more importantly, the second out here in the 6th.
Ben Lumsden's carrying a hot bat. He's already homered this weekend. And he homered in the Super Regional against the eventual national champs last year. Been in the starting lineup every game for West Virginia here in the postseason, despite not getting a ton of at-bats during the regular season. 0-2.
Well, if he gets out of this, it is a big nod to Van Cleve and Wright for not making that second out with that catch down the line.
And he chased it. They'll have to throw down. Oh, just put the tag on it. And that will end the inning. Schoenfeld not happy with the tag. West Virginia has stranded 12 base runners tonight, and that is a massive difference in an elimination game for the Mountaineers, down 1. 7-6, Kentucky with the lead. Mentioned this a moment ago, but UCLA has been upset by St. Mary's, and so it'll either be Cal Poly or St. Mary's to advance out of the Los Angeles Regional. And in the 4th inning in Atlanta, Oklahoma just got a grand slam and took a lead on Georgia Tech.
This is wild. Man alive. What theater.
Ethan Hindle has reached base 3 times this evening. First pitch upstairs to Hindle. That is a 9-8 lead for Oklahoma in the 4th inning over the number 2 national seed Georgia Tech.
And wild to say, the highest remaining at the moment. Well, that opens the door big time for the winner of this one, as you talked about earlier. Incredible motivation for both sides now.
Hindle looks at a strike, 2-1. 2-2.
If you're thinking along with Steve Sabins here, a lot of the leverage arms that he's relied upon a lot this year have been deployed. McDougal, yeoman's work right now.
And he strikes out Hindle to start the sixth, but hit by pitches are part of Kentucky's arsenal. That and the base running, and they have taken full advantage in that column today. Take a look at what Kentucky has done through the series. They are wearing it left and right.
And some of these, I mean, are just not cheap. Thank goodness for the body armor, but inside the leg, knee, and the back. Tarnish, who obviously have chronicled Luke Lawrence, 97 off his back leg.
These are the Kentucky batters that have been hit and those that haven't. Come on, Luke Lawrence and Ethan Hindle, Caden Cloud. 10 hit by pitches in this series for Kentucky. Remember Lawrence, when he got hit in the knee, that was on a swing and a miss.
Yeah, well, he's offering to bunt.
That's right,
Man,
bunt.
And you add insult to injury with that one.
Poke to the left side. Here's Einish.
Now, it's calmed down a lot here as far as a couple of these relievers being able to settle some things in. A massive moment in the top of the sixth to escape bases loaded with less than 2 outs by Niall Adcock. And now Ben McDougal just trying to keep it within a run here for the Mountaineers.
Hansen sends it to center. Schoenfeld on the run. This is the first clean inning for West Virginia pitching today. Cats go down in order. We've got 6 in the bunch. Still plenty to be decided. 1-run game in Motown. And that includes right here in Morgantown. 7-6, Kentucky with the lead under the lights at Kendrick Family Ballpark. A couple of marathon games from a time perspective between these two teams and these postseason rivals. West Virginia loaded the bases in the 6th inning and didn't score a run. They had 2 on with nobody out and couldn't plate anybody. They left the bases loaded in the 1st and the 3rd as well. And Kentucky's been playing with fire. 1-1 now from Niall Adcock to Tyrus Hall.
Yeah, the 2 crooked numbers early. We thought it was a repeat of last night in the 1st, and it basically was as far as the lack of command. 2-3 spots for West Virginia, not enough, as Kentucky would score at least one of the first 4 innings, but it has been the Wildcat bullpen that has stemmed the tide, allowing them to stay ahead by 1.
Those of you tuned in for Louisiana and Mississippi State, that game is airing on ESPN Plus while we finish here. I'd recommend you log in because we're going to be here for a while.
You certainly are. Good thing you had your first pepperoni roll right there.
Good thing indeed. Let the record show there was no marinara involved. 3-2 to Tyrus Hall. Into center field. Late jump for Tarnish. Doesn't matter. He's got plenty of time and space. 1 down.
Well, top of the order between Armani Guzman and Gavin Kelly. Earlier today, great table setters. They got out early for an attack against Wake Forest. And this is crunch time now for the Mountaineer offense.
So here's Guzman, who's got an outfield assist today. and an RBI single. He was hit by a pitch to start the game. Guzman does his damage on the base paths. 300 hitter without a home run. That's just low. And he's at his best when the lights are the brightest and the season is at its latest. In the postseason, he's got a 9-game hit streak, 4 doubles, 8 runs, 11 driven in.
That'll do. That'll get it done. I mentioned a few times, but the Clemson Regional MVP from just a year ago, a guy that has been an igniter.
Santa Barbara has taken a 3-2 lead on Texas, bottom of the 6th in Austin. Yeah, we have squeeze play going on in the booth too. Line drive, a base hit for Guzman.
Well, what's been impressive about Armani Guzman is just a continued simplified approach. Even behind in the count, just keeping it simple, taking the pitch where it needs to be, and just a little return service up the middle. That's a beautiful stroke right there. Tying run aboard here for West Virginia.
West Virginia has had plenty of opportunities.
Always that conundrum too. You got your best hitter at the plate in Gavin Kelly. You know, one swing changes the complexion of the game. Do you start the runner or do you let him go for it?
Up and in. West Virginia is just 4 for 15 with runners on base tonight. So Guzman has 1 stolen base today, but that preceded an intentional walk to Gavin Kelly. I'm sure West Virginia wants Kelly to have the chance to swing the bat. Folks on the SS Minnow would appreciate it. We're now at a 3-hour tour. No surprise there.
No.
Six hits this weekend for Kelly. 2 home runs and 2 doubles. There goes Guzman. Pitches low. The throw is late on a hop, and Guzman held onto the pillow.
See, to me, that's the aggressiveness that has really turned the tide for West Virginia the last couple of games. Guzman had a great break too, and now you do force Kentucky and Nick Mingione to decide, do you want to pitch to the best bat in the Mountaineer lineup?
They will roll the dice with Kelly. Maybe.
And I guess another school of thought here is, yes, tying run on base. Do you want to intentionally put the go-ahead run on? Conventional wisdom would tell you no, you'll take your shot, especially with the way Adcock has thrown the ball.
Kelly struck out his last time up. And he waves at the breaking ball.
095 right-handed bats against Niall Adcock with runners in scoring position. Would expect another slider from the right-hander.
9 home runs this month for Kelly, 9 of his 15. And he's taken down on strikes for the second time.
Big moments, big opportunities, and Niall Adcock, come on down. Your table is ready, my friend. Oh, off the end right there, no chance. As Gavin Kelly swings right over it. Big out. Number 2.
Schoenfeld's weak spot is the breaking ball as well. He doubled to start the 6th, hitting just a .143 against curveballs. 1-1.
All right, so you're playing along at home here. You kind of see where Jenkins is, trying to gain some real estate on the outside corner.
Eric Fry just homered for Mississippi State, top of the 1st inning. 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs on the Ragin' Cajuns. In the air to center, Tarnish drifts into the gap and makes the catch, and another runner stranded by West Virginia. 12 left on base for the Mountaineers. Time to stretch and catch your breath. Sun has set, and in a few minutes a blue moon will rise over the hills. Big Blue Nation thinking that might represent their opportunities to be home for the Supers, because they just need a win tonight to advance to the next round of the NCAA tournament. And the 3 and 4 seeds are the ones remaining in the Los Angeles Regional. Cloud is trying to set it over them hills.
Yeah. Well, Ben McDougal pressed into action here and has just been outstanding in relief for Steve Saban's crew.
Be better if you put squeeze play on that iPad. Cloud 1 for 3 tonight. What has McDougal done that's allowed him to be so effective?
Now, I know this is not going to reinvent the wheel here, but when you pitch ahead, it makes life a lot easier.
He's retired all 6 that he's faced. He entered with 2 on and nobody out in the 5th, and struck out the first 2 guys he saw.
Been great with fastball command so far. You do that, you can throw your breaking ball off of it.
And Cloud rips it just foul. Caden Cloud from Nixa, Missouri, home to the annual Sucker Day since 1957. At a fish fry on Main Street. They had 20,000 people there a few weeks ago. Pick up some hillbilly kettle corn, down south fried fish. They got a beer garden. You ever had a sucker fish?
No, I mean, my first question was going to be, and I don't want to ask a dumb one, what is hillbilly kettle corn?
Delicious is what it is. Sure you can find it outside of Nixa, Missouri, but that's where they have the annual Sucker Day. Holiday invented by a barber, Finnis Gold, said we all need to get out of the office and go grab some sucker fish. Cloud looks at strike 3. Big pitch again for Ben McDougal.
Now the fastball has really been a great weapon, and the 1-2 punch with that and the breaking ball. Good pitch presentation by Matthew Gravelet. Again, he's been stealing a low strike for most of the night, getting a couple of those pitches. That has been huge.
And now his catching counterpart, Owen Jenkins, fouls one off. McDougal looking like Ben McDonald. He's got 4 Ks. He's retired everybody he's faced.
If we just get the cap off, we'll verify with the haircut.
Yep. 1-1.
Feels like he's got a bit more layered moss.
I think you're right. Jenkins just 1 for 9 this weekend. Dougal tried to spin one in, and now he's behind in the count 2-1. Jenkins, hometown product out of Lexington Catholic High School, where he played for former big leaguer Scott Downs. He's a 4th-ranked freshman to make it to campus this year. Comes from a Kentucky family. Both of his parents graduated from UK Med School, and his sister Lane, volleyball player for UK. (3-2). Can't walk the 9-hole hitter.
Nope, sure can't.
Fought off. Gavin Kelly. 2 down.
And good things happen when you're able to challenge a bottom part of the order, and like what Ben McDougal, very workmanlike here, trying to prolong this opportunity, but it is getting late. West Virginia with 6 offensive outs remaining, still trailing by 1.
Georgia has won, and the Bulldogs advance to the Super Regionals for the second time in 3 seasons under Wes Johnson. They'll take on the winner of the Starkville Regional, and Georgia will host. 0-1 to Tarnish. That kind of fooled Gravelin, but it was right over the heart of the plate. On their feet again. By the way, the Georgia head coach was also ejected in that game. Well, Les will have some time to cool off.
Well, probably a talking to Trey Phelps as well.
Here's the 1-2 to Tarnish.
Been super impressed with Tarnish's ABs. Again, the junior has really shown a veteran approach and has not been fazed by this hostile crowd.
In the air to right field, Guzman drifting, back, and gone! Off the top of the fence. And Tarnish with an insurance run for Kentucky with an opposite field home run.
He put him to sleep with the Oppo Taco. As night starts to descend, light it up. Jace Tarnish gave it a ride. It continues to travel. Guzman runs out of room, and by the slimmest of margins, the advantage grows to 2.
And now Tyler Bell, who's also homered in this one.
How big of an insurance run that one is.
Watch happen at the end with Guzman. Glove off and can't believe it. Hides underneath the leather. 0-2 to Bell.
Almost timed it perfectly. That would have been as big of a momentum swing as anything. It has put this hometown crowd nearly silent.
Two and two.
He is important. That man right there, Jace Tarnish, just soaking in the moment what he just accomplished.
His base running was a difference in game 1, and now his bat gives Kentucky some breathing room here in their 3rd game of the weekend.
And now passing the baton from 0-2 now to 3-2 for Tyler Bell. Man, whether it's foul balls, whether it's hit by pitches, I'm gonna run through a fair amount of ice for the ice baths in Lexington.
Mingione asks Tyler Bell if he's good. He answers in the affirmative. This is a Kentucky team that was one of the last 4 teams into the postseason. They never got swept on a weekend, but they also didn't win many weekends. Bell rockets it deep to right field. Guzman back again. It's gone again. Back-to-back jacks for the Cats. And the 2nd of the night for Tyler Bell.
has awoken from the slumber. Held in check for Friday and Saturday. And now when his team has needed him most, 2 huge blasts that have changed the whole complexion of this regional.
Kentucky's postseason success for a long time only came around once in a blue moon, and now with the blue moon rising, they are close to returning to the Super Regionals. Kentucky hasn't won 2 games in a weekend since almost a month ago, May 1st and 2nd against Tennessee on Friday and Saturday of that weekend.
Tyler Bell talked with us about saying, I wanted to come back because I felt Kentucky had a chance to win a championship. He has put him on his shoulders tonight with 2 huge swings to the bat.
A pair of 2-out home runs here in the 7th inning, Tarnish and Bell, and the 2-2 to Lawrence. And I think, ego aside, Tyler Bell also knew that if Kentucky had a shot at a national championship, it was going to be with him in the starting lineup. In the air to left. Lumsden deep in the corner. And finally, the park holds one off the bat. We are 7 innings deep. It is now a 3-run advantage for Kentucky. Tarnish goes first, and then Bell to the same spot, back-to-back for the Cats.
Well, the law firm of Chase Alderman and Niall Adcock restoring some order out of the Kentucky bullpen. Mama Alderman loves it. Niall Adcock maybe with the sequence of the year, getting out of a bases loaded, less than 2 outs jam to hold West Virginia off the board. 4 1/3 of scoreless relief, just 2 hits allowed, and 5 massive strikeouts for those 2 gentlemen.
And now West Virginia needs to rally, down 3. Only 6 outs remaining at the plate for the Mountaineers. The number 16 national seed in danger of joining several other national seeds who have already gone packing for the summer. Chops in for a strike, 1-1. You could hear a pepperoni roll drop in this building right now.
It's unreal. The energy has been absolutely sapped from this fan base and resides squarely in the third base dugout. We've seen this movie before if you're a Wildcat fan. That is Jackson Jelkin. Not a stranger to coming in to close out big moments. We see him tonight.
Smith goes down swinging. Jelkin is getting laced up. He came out of the bullpen in the Arkansas series to nail down the 13th league win.
He's got the shades on, tucking everything in, starting to strap in. But so far, Niall Adcock has had everything under control.
Matthew Gravelin at the plate.
West Virginia will be kicking themselves if this result holds, with leaving a small village on the base paths tonight. Opportunity after opportunity that has been missed for run scoring situations.
12 stranded. Outside. 3-0.
And just 1 extra base hit from the Mountaineer offense tonight. 8 walks. 8.
41 stranded this weekend for West Virginia. Taking all the way, they need some base runners, 3-1. This was a hot mess of a game to start for Kentucky. Ben Cleaver, the starting pitcher, got just 1 out in the first inning. They're already on their 3rd pitcher in the 2nd. And the back-to-back home runs in the 7th have provided Nick Mingione a little bit of breathing room. And Kentucky trying to slam the door. They don't want to have to come back tomorrow. Swing and a miss, 2 down, back-to-back Ks for Adcock. He has K'd 3 of the last 4.
Well, it has been a smooth operator here for Niall Adcock. Boy, it has been crisp and efficient. Fastball slider combo. And more swing and miss generated for his 4th punch out of the evening.
Matt Einish is 0 for 2, couple of flyouts and a pair of walks. 80th batter to come to the plate tonight in this lengthy game. Nick Mingione playing ball boy.
I tell you, playing ball right now. West Virginia had gotten some good news earlier before this game that if they were able to push to tomorrow,
1-2-3 frame. It may not matter that their ace would be a better available tomorrow. West Virginia on the ropes. Cats can taste a super regional. Nightfall in Morgantown, and Kentucky riding the momentum that Jay Starnish provided in game number 1 against Wake Forest. Stole 2nd, stole 3rd, and he scored the game winner on a wild pitch. And then tonight, he did it with his bat. Here's Hudson Brown to lead off the 8th. Two-out home run in the 7th to provide an insurance run, and then Tyler Bell followed with his own.
You talked a lot about taking on the personality of your head coach, and one of the key components for Kentucky baseball, consistency compounds. You look at the long ball that Jace Tarnish deposits into right field, just out of the outstretched reach of Armani Guzman. Now that set the tone and created the breathing room, with Tyler Bell adding the exclamation point. And right now, 3 defensive outs away from punching their ticket back to the Super Regionals.
It should be noted that West Virginia has a trio of 3-run comebacks this year. They did it against TCU on May 16th. They erased a 5-run deficit to beat BYU on March 20th, and they overcame an 8-run deficit to knock off UCF on April 4th. Question will be if we get to the 9th that they're facing Kentucky's ace Jackson Jelkin, who had started to meander in the Cats bullpen. One and 2 to Hudson Brown. Low and away.
Just the threat of him out there. Yeah, he's getting her kind of warmed up with the old TheraBands. What an option to be able to go to.
Here's Lumsden. 1 down. Would you pull the trigger with as well as Niall Adcock has been throwing?
No, I mean, you would have to get to a situation where you needed to generate premium swing and miss. And I mean, let's take nothing away. Adcock has done that and then some. 5 strikeouts and 3 scoreless in his own right, only the 1 hit allowed. It might even be a psychological breath of fresh air if West Virginia was something else, because we haven't been able to hit Alderman or Adcock.
Ethan Hindle 1 for 2 tonight with a couple of walks. And the appeal was asked for by the West Virginia dugout and confirmed by Michael Snover. Heads up play by Steve Saban.
Indeed. And for what it's worth, talking about bullpen efforts, I mean, not much more you could have asked out of Ben McDougal. He's done everything he can. Was tasked with trying to hold it to a 1-run deficit. The homers notwithstanding. About as much as you could have hoped for, knowing you had already gotten a heroic effort earlier this afternoon from Dawson Montesa.
Montesa was sensational. Here's the 3-2 to Ethan Hindle. McDougal made 2 mistakes. They were home runs by Tarnish and Bell, and outside of those, he's been spotless.
Oh, this is just another great fastball. He's had great life all night. Now his 5th strikeout to push it to 3 2/3 recorded. Great down angle. His breaking ball has been really solid as well. He's leaving his heart out there as well.
Braxton Van Cleve fouls off the first.
And coming into this weekend, you looked at this regional and thought it's a pretty legit shot.
Roll over to Kelly. Last chance for West Virginia. Do or die. Bottom 3rd of the order due up. Kresser, Lumsden, and Hall trailing by 3. Let's take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance. 2 bombs for Tyler Bell.
Well, and just the moment that you needed him most, he finally breaks out, held to a 1 for 8 to start this regional, but the 2 biggest swings for Kentucky baseball, he's got a couple of them, and that could potentially seal it for a trip to the Super Regionals for Big Blue.
9-6, a Kentucky lead. Brody Kresser to start things off. We also might see Zahir Barjam, who came in a pinch hit role in the 9th inning last night. Especially if they get anybody on. Here's the 0-1 to Kresser. Adcock is not allowed a hit in relief.
Well, we got a little bit of stirring here, and you can imagine why. 50 pitches for Adcock. Jackson Susie up and warming. Susie closed it out. And there he is. Chanson Cole, game 1 starter of this regional for West Virginia. Should we get to a bottom of the 9th?
Two hits in his first 2 at bats for Brody Kresser. to third. Under the glove of Caden Cloud, who committed an error late in the game in the 9th last night. And West Virginia puts a leadoff man on.
I mean, I don't know what it is about the 9th inning and ground balls, but Caden Cloud going to have a nightmare. 2 plays he could have made, and just a hop that eludes him right there, and some life for West Virginia as they get the benefit of that misplay to start the 9th.
So the tying run on deck. Second-year head coach Steve Stavins, he put Ben Lumsden in the starting lineup for game 1, and Lumsden rewarded him with a massive home run against Binghamton.
He'll take in just a base runner here with a chance to turn this lineup over as well. Boy, if you can find your way to Armani Guzman and or Gavin Kelly this inning, you are in business.
Yeah, Kelly is the key. And a first pitch breaking ball in for a strike to Ben Lumsden. 1 for 4 tonight. Take you back to Friday night.
This was torched. Knew it as soon as it left the bat. Watch out. Loud noises in the afternoon.
He hits breaking balls well, and now the 1-1 to Lumsden. And that breaking ball misses low, 2-1.
Okay, if you're playing along at home, you would have to imagine right-handed Adcock, Tyrus Hall, right-handed bat on deck. Could be Niall Adcock's final with Jackson Susie due for the Armani Guzman at bat.
Late adjustment, they put the shift on. Cloud wasn't paying attention, so they'll take time to get him flipped over. 2-2. Beautiful short hop pickup by Jenkins behind the plate. Turning the volume up again. And the payoff. Upstairs, ball 4. Here's the tying run to the plate.
Well, you ask your lineup just to keep grinding, stay gritty, do the little things to prolong some innings, have some quality at bats. It has been well noted the amount of runners left on base by this West Virginia offense tonight, the missed opportunities. Is there one more right here they can finally cash in?
Dan Roselle, the pitching coach, heads out. Jelkin looks like he's getting a step closer to throwing in this game.
It looks like the left-hander Jackson Susie. Again, if you're just playing the matchups here, 9-hole Tyrus Hall. Next man due up, the leadoff hitter, Armani Guzman, who is a left-handed swinger. And you would think the matchup would be to bring in the senior left-hander for that, should it transpire.
West Virginia has left 12 runners stranded. This is familiar territory for Kentucky. Tyrus Hall will wait. Hall is 0 for 3 with a walk. Similar situation late in the game last night, and this is where they went to Zahir Barjan. Adcock's 58 pitches deep into his outing. Inside, 1-0.
And if you're the infield right now for Kentucky, priority 1 is at least an out. Must field it cleanly and get one.
It's been a challenge. A pair of ninth-inning errors in the last 2 games for Kentucky. Now remember, if you just tuned in, we're at West Virginia's ballpark, but the Mountaineers are the visiting team on the scoreboard. Kentucky will have a chance in the bottom of the 9th if the Mountaineers can pull off the rally. Adcock's 1-1. Laid off the breaking ball. Appeal denied, 2-1.
Well, Adcock has been incredible in relief. Starting to leak a little oil here. Is this the end of the run? And can Tyrus Hall and the Mountaineers capitalize?
Fouled off.
Do all the work in the fall and the winter, all the weights, all the conditioning, the mental gymnastics and exercises to visualize this moment.
To the left side, it's through. West Virginia has loaded the bases again. That is the first hit this season for Tyus Hall against the curveball. And West Virginia back in this game.
Par for the course for these 2 teams. It's a hanging breaking ball, middle away. Tyrus Hall was sitting on it. He didn't miss. That's a bullet to left. And high drama in Morgantown. Brody Kresser coasts into third. And load him up again.
Nick Mingione is out. And we've got a change in left field. Scott Campbell will enter as a defensive replacement, taking Hansen off the field.
The reason why he has been clocked in the upper 90s from the outfield, 8 outfield assists. Obviously the strategy here, if you've got to make a play at the plate, you want your biggest gun, he's in the game.
Rally caps for the Mountaineers. Back to the top of the order, and Armani Guzman, who watched 2 home runs sail over his head in the 7th inning. That gave Kentucky a cushion that looked to be enough, but now the nerves take center stage. Mingione going to the bullpen. And they are rowdy and ready here in Morgantown. Jackson Susie is a new Kentucky reliever.
Well, the big 6'4" lefty has been pressed into action to close out games here this weekend. Man with a boatload of confidence, the senior, up to 94 mile/hour in the fall, had a little adrenaline pumping now. And that man, the left-handed hitting Armani Guzman, with a chance to deliver and keep West Virginia alive.
Kentucky has seen this film before, and it is a horror film. It's Armani Guzman in the late innings in the postseason. Last year, West Virginia erased a 6-run deficit in the regional final in Clemson, and Guzman delivered the game winner. That was a 13-12 final. Guzman was named the regional MVP. 364 days ago.
You can't script it any better than this.
Senior Jackson Susie, 6'5", 240.
It'll be a fastball again, low to mid-90s. He will go to the curveball, a little bit of a cutter and slider. He has dominated lefties in these run-scoring spots, a .125 average against left-handers with runners in scoring position, 212 overall.
I don't think Guzman would mind the heat. He's got an OPS against fastballs 94 plus of 1,000 and a batting average of 412. He doesn't have a single home run. And the Mountaineer has been capless all day, and maybe he'll wear it if we come back tomorrow. Presser reached via error. Lumsden was walked, and then Tyrus Hall with a single. And here we go for Armani Guzman, 7 for 16 this weekend.
Looking to improve on those 5 RBIs with one swing of the bat here.
He didn't go, 1-0. Two and 0.
One pitch, one spot. Armani Guzman, and if you're Jackson Soucy, something down in a way would be preferable.
Three and 0. Bases loaded for Armani Guzman, and he draws a 4-pitch walk to force in a run. And it's a run that reached on an error to start this inning.
Caden Cloud, back-to-back nights. Opportunity for routine ground balls. Unable to come up cleanly. It starts the rally. The bottom of the lineup delivers.
And now, West Virginia's best hitter, Gavin Kelly, comes to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Nick Mingione wants timeout. He's going to he's going to send Jenkins out to the mound. The bullpen is now scrambling after Soucy's 4-pitch walk. Boone has started to get loose. We haven't seen him this weekend.
Yeah, redshirt sophomore. Missed the entire season last year with an elbow injury.
How does the crowd in a moment like this impact a pitcher?
Well, again, you appreciate a veteran like Jackson Soucy as a senior trying to hold it together, but situationally, Nick Mingione not going to waste any time.
He is going to Boone. Soucy doesn't throw a strike. Kentucky pitching has come up empty at inopportune times over the course of this weekend, including the starter Ben Cleaver, who got just 1 out tonight.
Well,
Cloud talking about positioning with Mingione. He's reminding him we're up 2. They're going to play back, and they would love to get a double play. The stress is real, and it's owned by both sides. And the stress is real because Gavin Kelly went yard twice yesterday.
He got a pitch out over the big part of the plate, drove it with authority. No doubter, almost hitting the camera in center field, and then how about we go exit stage left. Way into the Kentucky bullpen. He'd add a double here this regional. All of his hits have gone for extra bases. 5 critical RBIs, but maybe the biggest lay on the base paths right now.
It's been a game of missed opportunity for West Virginia all evening. It started in the opening inning when they only got 3 across. They can forget about that with a big hit here. Game turned over to Oliver Boone, who Kentucky hasn't used since May 1st. Sophomore from North Hollywood, California. 2-1 with a 5.73 ERA. 6 relief appearances in league play for Oliver Boone. Kentucky has a mulligan. They can still get a win tomorrow if things completely fall apart here tonight.
Fastball slider from the righty here, and he'll throw a little bit of a changeup, not much. And righties, a .444 average against, but just a .167 with runners in scoring position.
Gavin Kelly takes a first pitch strike. Kelly has struck out each of his last 2 at-bats. One and one. What's Kelly looking for from Boone?
Well, again, you can go see it a long time. It's not going to overwhelm you velocity-wise. Just 87-91 with the fastball, so you can afford to cheat if you want to.
9 of Kelly's 15 home runs have come this month. And he lays off another breaking ball. It's now 2-1. Runner at third is Ben Lumsden. He reached via walk. Tyrus Hall with a key single, and then Amani Guzman drew a bases loaded walk. Two and two.
Gutsy call. Love it. Fastball middle away.
Kelly drives it deep center field. Tarnish on the run. He'll get there, and tagging from third is Lumsden. We've got a 1-run game with the tying run now 90 feet away.
Boy, off the bat, I thought we were going to see this place explode. He only misses it by maybe an inch or two. The follow-through eerily similar to the 2 homers he already has here in Morgantown, but just enough that Tarnish is able to reel it in. The tying run now 90 feet away.
Runners on the corners for Paul Schoenfeld. That's a balk. A fake to first base, and that'll bring the runner home from third, and we are tied on a balk. West Virginia will take the gift. This is a pitcher on the mound that hasn't thrown in a month, and the inexperience and the rust coming to the forefront at the most inopportune time. Everybody's gone tarps off, even those that shouldn't.
It's clear as day. You disengage, you got to throw. I can't believe it.
A complete madhouse in Morgantown, and first pitch inside to Schoenfeld. High drive deep right. Van Cleve. Madness in Morgantown. A 2-run go-ahead home run for Paul Schoenfeld. Well, they may just sing Country Roads tonight again after all.
Mountaineer madness, are you kidding me? the regional last year. Kentucky can't exercise the demons, and they return to haunt them. A 5 spot to take the lead.
Kentucky fans are numb.
Well, it's a swing he may remember for the rest of his life.
There is some question as to whether or not Paul Schoenfeld was even going to play in this game. In game 1, in the 9th inning, he laid out for a fly ball and injured his shoulder. He was right back in the starting lineup.
And to think about that, if he's not in there, he doesn't get the chance to change the trajectory of West Virginia's season with one swing of the bat. Surreal scenes in Morgantown.
Schoenfeld trying to keep everybody around for one more day.
I think what's on the line now, with what happened in Los Angeles earlier this afternoon, West Virginia trying to force Game 7 to have an opportunity to host here in Morgantown next week.
This inning started with an error at third base off the bat of Brody Kresser. Ben Lumpson drew a walk. Tyrus Hall came up with a hit on a breaking ball for the first time this season. Armani Guzman drew a bases loaded walk. Kelly's shot to center field was a sac fly that tied it. We also had a bar. Pardon me, this is the one that tied it. And a big blue meltdown exclamated by the Paul Schoenfeld home run.
He lit the fuse and the powder keg exploded here in West Virginia. Another late inning comeback in this budding rivalry.
Kentucky felt like they had it in their hand with the consecutive home runs in the top of the 7th. And now Tristan Hunter, pardon me, the bottom of the 7th. Now Tristan Hunter appears for the 17th time this season. And Hunter's first pitch is popped up by Sean Smith, and that'll end up, whoa, what a play. It ends up in the glove of Hudson Brown over the railing.
The wind's not blowing a ton, but that backspin kept it in line just enough. And Hudson Brown astutely finds his way to the fence. Concentration was key here. Stay with it, and it comes back in favor of foul territory to make the play. Huge second out.
Matthew Gravelin is the 8th batter of the inning. The home run for Schoenfeld was just his 4th of the season and the first that he's hit at this ballpark.
Jansen Cole, Game 1 starter of this regional. He was throwing earlier. We will see if we see him in the bottom of the 9th.
Off the tape, and 1-2 now.
Remember the idea when they got ahead early in Game 1 against Binghamton, They kept him under 100 pitches, Chance and Cole, for the thought process. If you needed a Game 7, the sinker baller would be able to recover much quicker. We found out earlier today Max Yale potentially available, the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, should we get tomorrow night.
Breaking ball low, 2-2. That is a major development, but just about 30 minutes ago it seemed irrelevant.
Welcome to the chaos.
Swing and a miss to close the inning, but West Virginia has forced Kentucky's hand. A 5-run top of the ninth. Can the Cats get off the mat and answer? Paul Schoenfield with his first home run in Morgantown this season. And the cage match continues to the bottom of the ninth. Chaos on country roads. It's an 11-9 win for 16-seed West Virginia, trying to avoid the upset bog that has been other national seeds, including the #1 overall seed UCLA. Mountaineers need a win tonight to force a decisive Game 7 tomorrow. The 5-run top half of the inning has put them in position to do that. Now it's up to Ben McDougal to finish it off. Carson Hansen at the plate to start the ninth for the Cats. If you're Kentucky, how do you bounce back from the deflating top of the ninth?
Oh, a hit by pitch would be great. You know, it's their MO. I don't think you can overstate the incredible relief work of Ben McDougal. 4+ innings now of just spectacular relief.
Strike 3 looking.
Well, Campbell's not going to be happy, but you 2 strikes on the road, better be swinging. McDougal's been in and around the zone all night. That's his 6th punchy here so far.
The freshman Caden Cloud takes the first pitch strike.
What a ball game.
A moment of humor early in the game when we talked to West Virginia head coach Steve Sabins, and he said, I don't know how else to describe it, but this game is drunk. Now it's blackout.
Yeah.
Cloud is 1 for 3 tonight. 2-2.
Well, he's got a chance to atone. Back-to-back nights, defensive miscues leading to rallies. A long way to reach base right here.
Cloud stays alive.
The anguish. Just the absolute roller coaster that is college baseball postseason.
Cloud pops it up. This is Kresser. And he takes it to the turf with him. It is a 9th inning NCAA tournament record 5-run frame for West Virginia. Last year, they scored 6 in the 8th to knock off Kentucky in the regional final. They're trying to advance through the losers bracket for the first time. Last out for Kentucky. Owen Jenkins, 0-1.
Well, you'd love nothing more than to get on for Jace Tarnish at the top. Already a homer tonight.
There will be, if this score holds, a passionate rendition of Country Roads as soon as it goes final. Up the middle and a base hit, and Kentucky's got life. They'll bring the tying run to the plate with 2 down.
All you can ask for, an opportunity. Your 2 best bullets at the top of this Wildcat lineup.
And they did some damage back in the 7th inning, and this man was the one who started it. It was a 2-out solo home run for Jace Tarnish. Nothing easy. Back to the 7th with 2 down for Tarnish.
And all he needed to do was lift and separate. He did it. It kept carrying and carrying. And Armani Guzman, a valiant effort, but runs out of real estate. That would be the breathing room Kentucky thought would be enough. Tyler Bell would follow with a homer.
Jenkins runs, they throw through. Thought they were just going to gift it to him. It's a stolen base for the Kentucky catcher.
You better make sure you do not want to get thrown out. The tying run at the plate.
But also from a defensive perspective, that's the kind of play that can lead to catcher's interference.
Right.
Three-hit night for Tarnish. It's been an edge of your seat type of game. And now the count 3-0.
You got to take one here, knowing who's on deck.
Where does McDougal go here?
I think you can stay with the breaking ball if you want. Big man looms on deck.
In the air to center, pushing Schoenfeld back. He will squeeze it, and they will sing Country Roads tonight. Mountaineers with a 5-run 9th inning. Kentucky stunned. We will have a game 7 tomorrow.
Absolute drama.
McDougal was magnificent out of the bullpen. Schoenfeld with the game winner. Kentucky with a couple of gifts in the 9th, an error and a balk. Both led to runs. And the number 16 national seed works its way through the losers bracket to force a game 7 with everything on the line tomorrow on a time still to be determined.
And the Big 12 pitcher of the year, Max Yale, rumored to be available. And what a twist of this weekend that would be.
Indeed. He didn't get out of the first yesterday. Paul Schoenfeld with his first career go-ahead hit in the 7th inning, or later. It's an NCAA tournament record for West Virginia with a 5-run 9th and the second late game comeback in as many seasons against Kentucky with a regional on the line. And as is tradition here in Morgantown, the fans will assist as they sing Country Roads. Paul Schoenfeld, nice enough to put the headset on. Take us through your at bat in the 9th, sir.
Oh man, I can't believe it. Swung pretty hard and I freaking crushed it. Oh no, I'm blacked out right now. This is crazy. Look at our fans. Look at the freaking guys right now.
You have a front row view. What was it about this team that allows you guys to collect yourself and pull off the comeback?
Gritty at bats. I mean, started first pitch in the 9th inning, baby. I mean, I don't know. I'm so lost right now. This is crazy.
Soak it in, big boy.
Yeah,
You're playing Game 7 tomorrow night at home.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Go join your teammates. May not take him home, but it'll take it to Monday. And that Mountain Mama, Paul Schoenfield, with the go-ahead 2-run home run in the top of the 9th. Almost heaven indeed. Just one win away from a Super Regional.
It's what you play for. An opportunity to win and advance in front of your home fans. And we will have a Game 7 in Morgantown tomorrow. For all the marbles, a win by West Virginia, they will host the Super Regional here next week. A win by Kentucky, and they will punch their ticket to the Super Regional.
What a scene at Kendrick Family Ballpark. How can you not love college baseball? From one amazing scene to another, let's get you to the dude, Starkville, Mississippi. Here's Jack Kaiser.